Alright, hey everybody, it's Stephanie Old World Gamer along with Scott Devin Kane, and welcome back to more Retro Indie Pixels podcast.
We are here again, once again, to give you all the gaming news and updates and all that good stuff that we bring to you every single week at the same time, except for next week, because we're not going to be here at the same time, so, you know, whatever. So you guys are now officially going to be updated on when things are going to be moving. Next Sunday, or this Sunday, is the last podcast we will be having on Sunday. We are going to be moving over to Thursday nights at basically the same time. So not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday. So we're going to have like a week and a half worth of news for you guys. So we're going to have some stuff. We're going to be nice and ready to give you guys all that juicy info you come back to us every single week for. So that's what that is. Do you have anything else you want to add before we get right on?
Nah, just dance the music. Don't mind me.
Well, make sure we get ourselves some white boy dancing in here, you know. I'm not a dancer, so don't even look at me for that. So, yeah, I just look over and I see Stefan's just like, over. I'm like,
I don't know anybody. Who cares?
I'm no dancer. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But yeah, look for us next week. It'll be Thursday, blah, 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 blah. Not this Thursday. It'll be Thursday the 14th. So that's when you guys will get to see us live, and we'll be up on all of our other normal stuff in the normal amount of time it takes us to do all that. Whatever. But that's not what you're here to listen to. You're here to listen to our news. So I'll jump right into mine. And inevitably, I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta get dirty for this sort of stuff. You're gonna jump right in. But it's inevitable. I have to talk about BlizzCon because Blizzard is so deeply integrated into everything that I do as gaming. So I can't help but talk about it. So, you know. So we're going to talk about some of the biggest announcements coming from BlizzCon 2019. This year's BlizzCon revealed 2 major new games and 2 expansions to Blizzard's other existing franchises. Overwatch 2 is official, bringing co-op missions and a pile of new multiplayer stuff, including new heroes along with it. Diablo 4 has finally made its debut, and it did so with enough blood and grime to show Blizzard is trying to differentiate it from Diablo 3. At the start of the opening ceremony, Blizzard President J. Allen Brack briefly addressed last month's controversy over Hearthstone player Blitzchung Chung Hong Kong's statement and his suspension. Brack apologized, but it didn't get into specifics, change the suspension, or break how Blizzard would treat such issues differently in the future. That controversy hasn't completely blown over. Protesters have gathered outside the Anaheim, California Convention Center supporting free Hong Kong signs while giving away free t-shirts. We're at Blizzard watching this all play out, and you can watch it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's what happened so far, the big announcements. Overwatch 2 is in development.
Ooh.
It is a full-on sequel with focus on co-op and new PvE modes. There are story missions and hero missions in which you'll be able to level up your heroes. And Overwatch 2's PvP editions, like new maps and heroes, will be coming to Overwatch 1 as well for a shared multiplayer environment. What's more, all of your skins and cosmetics you have earned in Overwatch will carry over to the sequel. So you will lose anything jumping over to Overwatch 2.
Nice.
The first new hero, a Canadian named Sojourn, was announced, but we don't know what her abilities are. Game developer Jeff Kaplan has no idea when Overwatch 2 will be released. Diablo 4 was announced, and it looks absolutely profane. A true sequel to Diablo 2 that's all about satanic rituals, occult symbols, and lots of blood. Blizzard opened BlizzCon 2019 with an extended CG trailer setting up the story, and then followed up with a few minutes of gameplay footage. There's multiple panels over the weekend that will dive deeper into Diablo 4, but what we do know is that there is a non-linear story set in an open world that you can explore at your leisure. Though it's probably no surprise, there will not be offline mode, and it won't be releasing anytime soon. World of Warcraft's next expansion is called Shadowlands. It releases next year and will take players to an alternate realm of death and decay where they must choose one of several factions to align with to fight against Sylvanas. The trailer was positively bananas, with Sylvanas dueling Bolvar, the Lich King, while dueling a Bolvar, the Lich King, before using his helmet to tear open the sky and obliterate the barrier between Azeroth and the Shadowlands. If that's confusing you, go watch it. Like any expansion, Shadowlands will implement sweeping changes to most of WoW's current systems and progressions. We will have a complete overview of those features soon, but some of the most noteworthy changes include a squashed level cap of 60 and a new endgame dungeon that's basically a self-enclosed roguelike. WoW's classic next update will come November 12th. Hearthstone's new expansion is Descent of Dragons, and yes, it got a bunch of more dragons in it. A surprise? Hearthstone is getting a new mode called Battlegrounds, inspired by the auto battle genre. It's in beta soon. Other bits of notable news is that Diablo Immortal, the mobile clone that made everyone angry when it was announced last year, is still in development and actually looks pretty cool. Hong Kong protesters were seen outside of the convention center, but so far haven't caused much of a stir. Blizzard President J. Allen Brack started the show with a long non-apology regarding the recent controversy around the decision to ban Blitzchung. Brack said he was sorry, but it doesn't matter because Blitzchung are still banned for some reason. Oh, and Warcraft 3 Reforged is expanding its closed beta and will have a release date sometime soon. Alright, so I'm going to go over each of these things here by little bits. Overwatch 2 sounds pretty cool. I am a real big fan of FPS games that have like single player hero leveling modes. If you are in our Discord, I play Borderlands 3 a lot. I like Borderlands. Give me more Borderlands. And this sounds great. I am a huge fan of the Overwatch lore. I love the characters in it. And I hope that they're going to be doing and they're talking about doing some shared multiplayer environment. I'm hoping that means that there's going to be stuff that maybe along the lines of Save the World had for Fortnite. That was actually pretty cool. I wasn't a big fan of Fortnite on its own, playing against other people, but Save the World was actually pretty fun. You know, it was mission-based Fortnite, which I can get along with because it wasn't, hey, I have to try to kill people that can build fortresses in 6 seconds. I'm fighting against the PvE world. I'm actually cool with that. And some of that stuff actually did become pretty hard, so, oh boy, am I a fan of the fact that all of your loot's going to come over from the first game. Oh, I'm one of those loot junkies, and I do a lot of I don't say a lot of playing of Overwatch because I play it here and there, and I jump into arcade, get my wins, get my loot boxes, and I have my little strategy of how to get better loot and whatnot. But the fact that all of that effort is not going to go to waste, good choice. Good choice. Perfect choice. New heroes. Cool. I mean, it's a new game. You need new heroes, I think. So, we have no idea when it's coming out, so that's fine. I mean, these games are still in development. They'll come out when they come out. We're still going to be playing the other games. Moving on to Diablo 4, I watched the extended CG trailer for Diablo 4, and it is glorious. If you have not watched that trailer yourself, go do so. It is really good. And I am kind of a fan of the fact that this is going to be a sequel to Diablo 2. Good. Not Diablo 4. Diablo 2 has, and still has, a huge following, even with Diablo 3 around. And don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of Diablo 2. or excuse me, I'm a big fan of Diablo 3. But I dedicated a lot of my time in my late teens and early 20s to Diablo 2. And I mean a lot. So the fact that we are going to be getting a sequel to that game rather than Diablo 3, I'm actually pretty okay with. It also, not to spoil anything for anybody, but it also looks like it might be a Diablo game that might not have Diablo as a main villain? Maybe? Gotta watch it for yourself. If you
look at Diablo 2, after they put out Lord's Destruction, Diablo really wasn't the main antagonist in that either.
That's true. I mean, the main antagonist of like the main story was still Diablo, but you had like the Lord of Destruction, which was like as big as the first 4 acts on its own. Which you had Baal as like the big baddie, and I'm okay with that. Lord of Destruction was and I want to say, if not the perfect expansion. It didn't fuck with the formula, and it added enough to the point where it's like, all right, this game's good. Mm-hmm. And this expansion made it perfect. I'm not going to say Diablo 2 was a perfect game. I'm just saying Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction was a perfect sequel.
I would say they should have extended the act, because wasn't there only 3 parts to that act?
Act 4 with Diablo only had 3. Lord of Destruction still had 6. I'm not going to go into it. Was definitely Act 4. Act 5 had 6. But it was just huge. Compared to the other acts, it was like absolutely gargantuan. Because Act 4 was kill Iswal, kill the Soulstone, kill Diablo.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to this. If there's any game series that I would say that I've dedicated more time to than any other game series in my life, it is Diablo. It is not even close. And I'm wearing Castlevania gear, and I know I am nowhere close to the amount of time that I put into Castlevania or World of Warcraft or any of that stuff. Diablo is by far the most time I've ever put in. Even like Final Fantasy, I know that I've had multiple save files of 100 hours on Final Fantasy VII, and nothing comes close. So Diablo, looking forward to that. World of Warcraft, I'm kind of out of World of Warcraft at this point, so I really don't want to go too deep into that. It's interesting how now Sylvanas is going to be like a main antagonist now. I don't really know what's going on with the story because I'm out of it since Legion, so can't really go into that too much. The fact that they're squashing the level cap to 60, that's going to be interesting. Because Warcraft has been really good about just making the numbers bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now everything's going to be dumbed down to 60. So does that mean the rest of the content's going to be dumbed down to 60? That's going to be interesting. Because if that's the case, you're going to be taking all of these old things you can go through, like all of the old dungeons, like Onyxia or or Naxxramas, all of like the original stuff. If they dumb everything down to 60, that could all be endgame content, and you could just change loot tables to make it so that like all of that older gear still applies to the newer stuff. Possibility. And a new endgame dungeon that's basically a self-enclosed roguelike. I haven't played WoW in a while, but that right there, that alone may perk my interest again. Because if there's any word that you can get me and Stefan to both go to half-mast with, it's roguelike.
Yeah.
So, and then last part, Hearthstone I haven't played in a long time, so I absolutely cannot go into it. I don't know anything about it there, so... Blizzard Immortal, I don't know why the hell you guys are bothering. You just announced Diablo 4. Diablo 3 is still being played. I'm assuming Season 20 is going to be coming around at some point. Like, alright, sure. But I don't know why you're bothering. And Warcraft 3 Reforged. I wasn't a super fan of Warcraft 3. My friend and I, back in the day, we played a lot of it. We played a lot of Warcraft 3. We were actually closed beta testers of the Frozen Throne. I've talked about that in past, so maybe I'll pick it up again. Who knows? Not really sure. So definitely looking forward to Diablo 2 and Overwatch 3 or Diablo 2. Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, what? Diablo 2 is coming out again?
Yes. You know for damn sure, if they remastered Diablo 2, your ass and my ass would be playing that game.
I'd play with my ass. Sure. My ass could have a character and I'll have a character. We'll just get different computers.
See, we gotta multi-box this shit. He's like, oh, rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire.
I can use an Atari joystick, right? Wink.
Yeah, right. Whoa. So, all right. So we're gonna move along from BlizzCon stuff. That's a lot. It's possibly the last time I'm gonna talk about BlizzCon because we got other things to talk about. Fire Emblem gonna be getting some new stuff. A recent revelation implies that a previously canceled Fire Emblem remake could be coming to the Nintendo Switch, as well as a variety of other canned 3DS games. The news comes from a Kinda Funny episode posted on Halloween, or Kinda
Funny episode posted on Halloween.
The news comes from a Kinda Funny episode posted on Halloween, in which Greg Miller sits down with ex-Game Informer senior editor Imran Khan. After a lengthy conversation about the handheld market, Khan reveals information about previously canceled games. He specifically mentions the case of Alpha Dream, the studio who filed for bankruptcy after only shipping 11,000 first-month copies of Mario & Luigi Bowser Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey for the 3DS back in January. What the hell kind of a name for a game is that? Holy crap. That's the whole name of the game. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Ooh, that is a mouthful. Holy crap. Anyway, according to Khan, this gave Nintendo reason to put further plans for the 3DS on hold, but several ideas were already in the works. In his eyes, it's more like these will be reappropriated into future Switch games than simply released as they are. In fact, Minecraft Dungeons was originally designed as a 3DS game. Mm-hmm. After discussing other canned games, including 3DS iteration of Style Savvy, Khan goes on to discuss a potential Fire Emblem remake for Switch, saying the following. I know there is another Fire Emblem remake in the works for the 3DS, and that was one of the things that they shuttered. So maybe that's one of the things they'll bring forward in the future. This sentiment was recently echoed by Wall Street Journal reporter Takashi Michizuki on Twitter, who argued that the success of the Switch Lite ultimately lead to an insurgence of 3DS games for the Switch library. The tweet is resulting in encouraging for Pokemon games coming out next month. Nintendo chief Furukawa said the company would remake more 3DS franchises available on Switch to convey appeal of Lite. A surprise, analysts say, is a regional breakdown of the Lite sales. It's similar to the console, selling 800K in the US and 390 in Japan. Usually Japan leads handheld at launch in the US, catching up at the end of the cycle. Let's say Lite might have found a new market in the US. This likely has to do with the resounding success of the Switch Lite, which shipped over 1.95 million units within its first days of sale. I'm glad I'm talking about this now. In stark contrast with the declining popularity of the 3DS, the Switch Lite has been a global success, and with Sword and Shield launching in 2 weeks, these stats are nothing to scoff at. It wouldn't be surprising if Nintendo also did have a Fire Emblem remake for Switch in the works. I think this is honestly a genius idea on their part. To be able to say, oh, hey, by the way, here's this new Switch system that we have. Oh, we might be remaking Fire Emblem games. Maybe,
I hope they do this with all the 3DS games, dude.
Like, that would be great.
Right? Do you know how many good games they could port over from the 3DS to the Switch? Oh God.
You see this little thing here? This is called the 3DS, okay? You know the last time I played this thing was? It's been a long damn time. And not due to the lack of, like, me wanting to play anything in here, because I got my Zelda game in here, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I don't know, man. I'm more likely to play stuff on my Switch than I am my 3DS. Because it's, I don't know, it's a better console, in my opinion. Just gonna throw that out there. So I feel. I think that as easy as they've already shown how easy it is to port things onto the Switch, because we already have the Nintendo channel and the Super Nintendo channel, how hard would it be to do 3DS stuff? Can't be that hard, right? Like, my only real concern is like how it's going to handle 3DS stuff. Like, let's say Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. The game required you to be able to have the game on the top half, but the second half you had to actually like trace things onto. Was it Order of Ecclesia that did that, or it might have been another one? I might be messing that up. I think that was Order of Ecclesia, but you know. Maybe they'll just, instead of like having both screens, you'll have that little thing. But I don't actually know if the Switch is touchscreen or not. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. There's definitely a potential plethora of library of games of which people who don't have 3DSs at this point will be able to go back and, you know, delve into the 3DS library, which is pretty good, mind you. So, anyhow, moving on. I was just going to throw this little one up here because Mixer's trying. In another episode of Mixer's fight against Twitch's dominance, the Microsoft-owned streaming platform has lowered the cost of its subscription. Not content with snatching up Twitch's biggest stars, Microsoft has announced a reduction in the cost of subscribing on Mixer from $6 to $5. This, as you may have guessed, puts it exactly at the same price point for a Twitch Tier 1 subscription. As on Twitch, subscribing to a streamer on Mixer gets you a set of exclusive emotes and chat badges to denote you've subscribed. It also removes ads, though only from the channels you subscribe to. In both cases, the platform takes a 50% cut of all subscriptions, and the streamer the other 50%. Twitch offers 2 other subscription tiers for increased prices, but those have yet to be introduced to Mixer. There's also another fairly big distinction between the two. Twitch allows viewers to subscribe to both partners and affiliates, whereas Mixer only has one form of partners. This could change the future as Mixer goes on, but Twitch's system essentially allows smaller streamers to make money.
Not only that, but something that to go against the Twitch platform, and not even really to go against it really, just one little modification they can make, which is Tier 3. Why does it go $4.99, $9.99, $24.99? It's like, hold on, wait. What happened? What happened to the other $15 in between?
Yeah, right. $14.99.
That's a huge jump for one extra emote. Like, come on.
Especially that.
Like, even if there was extra stuff, like maybe get to do transcoding or whatever, I don't care about that. Like, for me, as a person who would be subscribing to a channel, I care more about what I'm getting out of that tier, to be used there. So, I mean,
right.
to pay an extra $15 for, like, oh, I have some fancy 3rd tier emote that nobody else can use unless they're up here. Like, man, I'm not surprised that no one wants to subscribe at $24.99. That's a lot of money per month. I mean, that's what. Oh, I could go and get a subscription to fucking, like, what's some of those Netflix and jeez, I didn't think
that.
Of that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you think it would be like $14.99 or even $20 would be make more sense than $24.99. Like, it's just such a huge jump.
Even more slightly reasonable.
Yeah.
But like it really is a huge jump. I mean, for what you, I don't know if bigger people offer bigger things on tier 3, but like I don't know. It just, for me, like you're saying, like a month of Netflix or being able to put the super special emote into Twitch. It's like, I guess for those of you who have the money to waste and you want to, I mean, I feel like the only thing that a tier 3 does is just it more heavily supports the guy that you're or the guy or gal that you're watching. But you could just donate to them.
Exactly, at that point, yeah.
It's literally the same thing.
Because then no one's getting a cut of it, really. It's just going straight to you, so.
So, there's that. So, I guess
again, at least Twitch has it right. Mixer's going to take a while to get to where it needs to be, especially if it's only offering that for subscribers to partners only, not affiliates or anything. So.
Yeah, that's questionable because it's gonna. Right now, as being an affiliate, I haven't really made much on Twitch. I've made very little. But at the same time, it's at least the opportunity's there. It's not just a whole, it's not going to be possible. You actually have to make yourself a huge person before you can make $1 on it. Well, it's like, I would rather just be on Twitch where, like, I can, even if I'm a small person, the possibility of it,
You'll get a payout of $100 once you hit that $100 payout of, however much, people are putting into your channel. So at some point in time, at least once a year, you're probably going to get $100 from Twitch and be like, yay, this is $100 I did not expect all of a sudden. What am I going to do? Let's get some new games.
Absolutely. So it's something that you can, hey, people have come home apparently. Excuse me. So like I said, they're doing their best to try to improve themselves, to make them more on an even keel to Twitch. But yeah, this one particular thing's not quite gonna be enough. So, but at least you have it.
At least it's starting. At least it's now on point with their tier 1 with Twitch. So.
Right. So, got that going for you. Yeah. All right. So moving on. Now that I'm glad that I said something about this in a previous thing, we're moving on to some lifetime sales between the Switch and the PS4. Nintendo released its Q2 fiscal year report today, announcing that some nice launch numbers for the Switch Lite. Switch Lite, which launched in multiple countries around the world on September 20th, managed to shift 1.95 million units on its first 10 days on the market.
I bet you they would have sold more if they had quantity in those stores. I bet there was still a lot of people going home saying, shit, I couldn't get one here, couldn't get one at EB, couldn't get one, at Target, couldn't get one anywhere. So now I'm waiting and hoping to get stock in. So, I mean, it makes me wonder about the companies sometimes. Like, not only Nintendo, because it's probably not even Nintendo, it's probably Walmart thinking like, no, 100 for the store is fine. It's like, are you serious? You're in a big city, like what? Say you're in what? Philadelphia, so Pittsburgh, say. 1,000 fucking like DS lights in Pittsburgh. That's gonna go so fast. Like shit, they're gonna need like way more than that. So it makes me wonder like what those other companies are thinking. Is like just stock up, just have a huge display of tens of thousands of them. I guarantee you'll move a lot, if not all.
Oh yeah. So the Nintendo Switch is getting close to 42 million units. The console has now sold 41.67 million units as of September 30th. This figure has gone up from 36.87 million units during the first quarter of the fiscal year, which means in one quarter they've sold almost 5 million units. That's 5 million units in 3 months. For the first quarter, ending on September 30th, the Switch hardware moved 4.8 million units. That's up from 2.13 million units during the previous quarter. 3DS sales are down 63% for the 6-month period to 36,000 units. During a call to investors, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa is that the company plans to make more of its 3DS franchises available on Switch due to the appeal of the Switch Lite. Nintendo reported software sales of 35.8 million units, bringing lifetime total to 246 million games sold. Super Mario Maker 2 was the best-selling game for the period with almost 4 million units. Link's Awakening, which launched alongside Switch Lite on September 20th, sold 3.13 million units.
Jeez.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe moved 2.32 million, and Fire Emblem Three Houses sold 2.29 million.
Jesus.
So now the top 10 are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Smash Ultimate, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Go, Pikachu and Eevee, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Party, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Mario Maker 2, and The Legend of Zelda's Link Awakening.
They just
6-month period, 3DS software showed a decline of 69% year-to-year to 2.6 million units. During the quarter, digital game sales came in at 41 billion yen, which is 380 million American, up 34.8% year-to-year. For the 6 months ending September 30th, the company reported 74.6 billion yen in digital sales, up 36% to the previous year. Dude, Super Mario Maker 2 and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening are of the top 10 lifetime sales for the Switch, making up more than 7 million of the sales of the Switch, and both of these games are less than 3 months old.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening is now the number 10 seller, and the game's been out for less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any question as to how huge the Zelda franchise is, 3.313 million units since the Switch came out like a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
September 30th?
We can say that Nintendo is starting to go in the right direction again.
Absolutely. And as Game Hunter is saying in chat, can you imagine where Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to land on this?
Oh, yeah.
Pikachu and Eevee is 11.28 million combined.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to surpass that in those two games combined easily.
And they're going to be releasing the new Animal Crossing soon too, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
So oh my god.
Oh,
Nintendo's just gonna have a huge like cruise ship sized yacht where all the employees are just gonna go and have a big party. Be like, this is great. We work for Nintendo.
They're gonna have their Scrooge McDuck vault to just jump in with all of their Pokemon Sword and Shield and Animal Crossing money.
But they should turn it all into like plushes so it doesn't hurt. You can actually dive in.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
That'd be awesome.
No, I get what you're saying.
But
yeah, right. All right, so moving on for PlayStation 4 numbers, Sony has announced PlayStation 4 has sold 102 million units, or 102.8 million units worldwide. Second quarter financial results were posted by Sony today, as of Wednesday. For the quarter ending on September 30th, reported total worldwide PS4 sales had topped 102.8 million lifetime. That's up 2.8 million units from July of 2019. The latest figure puts the console in second place behind PlayStation 2, which sold 155 million units lifetime. Software unit sales for the quarter up 18 million to 61.3 million units. Compared to the same quarter 2018, they're actually down 75.1 million. Sony reported that 37% of full game software sales were digital. That's surprising.
That's a huge amount, yeah.
Yeah. The gaming segment as a whole, which encompasses digital and physical sales, add-ons, DLCs, and hardware, came in at 96,878 million American, down from 454 billion, 2.4 billion in July, due to soft hardware sales. Elsewhere in the report, it noted that PlayStation Plus subscribers are sitting at 36.9 million, which, while an uptick, is rather flat compared to the 36.2 reported during quarter one. Honestly, I think all of these like downtick numbers, not due to the PlayStation Plus subscribers, or the fact that there's so much PlayStation 5 stuff going around right now, that it's like, do I really want to invest in a PS4 while they're actively working on PS5?
Right. But you also have to think about it, like, I don't know if you're anything like me, but when these come out, excuse me, when these come out, I can't afford to get them when they first come out. I'm not paying $500 or $600 for a PS5. No thanks, I'm good. The reason why I don't have a Switch yet. So
I mean, it's just the truth. It's tough, man, because, you know, I'm not of the group of people that can, like, go to work for 40 hours and bring home, like, a $5,000 paycheck. I don't have that kind of job, you know what I'm saying?
I wish. That would be fucking deadly.
Yeah, right? I'm not one of those guys that makes 60, 70, 80K a year. No. You know, I'm not saying that I'm living in a poorhouse or nothing like that. But, you know, I make money to pay my bills and I have my money. But at the same time... I have my money. You stay away from my paper. But... But, you know, when I bought my Switch, like 6 months ago, it was like I saved for it. You know, I saved over time. You know, I saved by put a little bit here, a little bit there, so that I didn't, you know, kill my pockets. Where when I went to go buy my Switch in the games, it didn't kill me. I can't just, like, on the day of release be like, oh, I'm willing to fork over $400, $500 for a console that barely has any stuff on it right now. You know, I'm also one of those consumers that even if I did have the money, I don't buy consoles at launch.
No, because usually a better one is released like a couple months later that, hey, this one's not shitty.
It's... I'm real skeptic when it comes to these sort of things, and I kind of expect a new console to come broke. I don't mean broke to the point where it's like, oh, red ring, I can't play this, blah, blah, blah. You know, I kind of want to give it, like, anywhere between 3 to 6 months for these, you know, for the publisher, or, you know, these gaming companies to go, okay, well, Gen 1 had this problem with it. All right, here's Gen 2 3 months later with all these problems fixed.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, you have to also take into account that they do the same thing with their current hardware, like... The whole red ring of death. You're not getting that anymore. Right? But then you started getting things like with the PlayStation 3 that, oh, hey, if you got this update when they put out this firmware and it screwed up like it did for a lot of people, your system is basically bricked and you have to do all these fucking steps in order to restart it and get it back working again. And which I'm going to have to do someday for both of those. But, besides the point, what I'm saying is that you notice that PS4 didn't have either of those two issues.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's going to keep going to that point of where you're not going to have to worry about that kind of stuff. They obviously look at that kind of stuff as well, but like you said, like, there's still going to be something. They're like, look at the Switch. Like, oh, well, now the battery life for this one is, you know, X amount, you know, longer. And then, I mean, it's not that the old Switch was terrible. It's just that the battery life is not as long as the newer one. That's it. Which is not a huge difference, but when you are a gamer and you play it a lot, it is a huge difference. Right. So, which was nice that they gave you the choice of being able to change that stuff up as well. So
yeah, and even in like the case of the Switch still did have its problems. You know, we talked about this a few times. You know, Joy-Con drift.
Yes,
we talked about Joy-Con drift like 2 or 3 times in our last couple episodes.
And getting it fixed.
You know, Nintendo will now fix it free. Remember that, folks. If you have Joy-Con drift, but now they are releasing consoles which have that issue fixed in them.
Exactly.
So that's that whole thing where I'm not an investor of consoles to start because I want those things to be fixed before I invest in it. And even when I did, it still had it. You know, so it's like, all right, well, whatever. But you know, so
for me,
anyway,
a lot of times it's costs. I mean, I can't afford to buy it at launch because it's just way too costly.
Right.
No, they didn't fix the drift, Game Hunter. We done a podcast a while back saying that Nintendo kind of mentioned but not really announced that they would fix Joy-Con drift for free for customers. So yeah, you should probably go back and watch that one. It's specifically named "Get Joy-Con drift fixed for free." I'm pretty sure, so that people could find it and be like, "Oh, okay."
There you go. And now the ones that they're putting out now have that issue fixed. So
yeah,
newer Switch releases now don't have that problem anymore. But if you have the old consoles, you can send your stuff into Nintendo and they'll fix Joy-Con drift for free.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on. As reported last week, Costume Quest and Soma are free on Epic Game Store. You can both download Costume Quest and Soma right now through November 7th. Costume Quest is a Halloween-themed RPG from Double Fine. In it, children complete quests around their neighborhood on Halloween while wearing magic costumes. Soma is a sci-fi horror title from Frictional Games. In it, you are trapped in an underwater facility where the machines have started to become sentient and think that they're human. Both games will be replaced by Nuclear Throne and Ruiner on November 7th. Nuclear Throne from Vlambeer is a cross between an action RPG, roguelite, and performer. In the top-down shooter, humanity is extinct and mutants and monsters now roam a post-apocalyptic world. You will use radiation to mutate new limbs and abilities while fighting through a wasteland. The action shooter Ruiner is set in a cyberpunk city in the year 2091. Here, a weird psychopath lashes out against a corrupt system in order to rescue his kidnapped brother to find out the truth. A hacker finds help. A hacker friend helps along the way. Both games will be replaced with the new offerings November 14th. I actually did look through Costume Quest a little bit. The game's pretty cool. It's nothing like super. There's nothing new's done in it, but it's a pretty cute, and I would suggest playing it.
Like we were saying before, it looks like it'd be a really good game. Like if you wanted to get your kids into gaming a little bit more, or
yes,
there was
absolutely.
a game that you're looking for that's child friendly, that's probably a great game to start with.
Yep. Soma's horror. So moving on. Yeah, we're gonna reiterate again. Stefan and I are not horror game players. It's just that plain and simple. So your games are going to be available to November 7th, and then your new games, Nuclear Throne and Ruiner, will be available for that. All right, so Stefan and I have a lot to talk about with this.
Oh, fuck.
The Steam library update is now out of beta. Steam users around the world have received a completely updated library. This week's Steam patch has brought the massive library overhaul out of beta after nearly 6 weeks of testing. The library overhaul doesn't just change the look, it also brings with it a few neat feature designed to generate interest for in-game events and allow users to find out at a glance if any of their games received big updates. Outside of the top-level changes, the overhaul features a new filtering and tagging features to help you better organize your list of games. It seems, according to some beta players, not all of these additions were well explained, leading to some confusion. Hopefully, that's now been ironed out for the launch. The update went live today, which was Thursday, so 3 days ago. Along with the beta test for Remote Play Together, Steam's latest feature that allows games with local co-op to be played online. Through Remote Play Together is not related to the new library UI, Valve's now likely shifted development focus to the upcoming feature as more users get their hands on it. So, I have dabbled a little bit with the new Steam, the Steam update. I fucking hate it.
Hey, Steve, how's it going? Oh, you want to play some Civ? Okay, let me go down to Sid Meier's Civilization. Hold on, let me grab this scrolly bar. Oh, no, jump back. Hold on, wait. Okay, I got it again. Let me go back. Oh, hold on, it's loading. Wait. 5 minutes later. Yay! There's the game. Are you serious?
It's a clusterfuck.
Man, what was wrong with the way it was before?
I know.
You're looking for your game? It's in alphabetical order? Alright, go find it. Click on it. Okay, you gonna play it?
Yep.
I don't see anything wrong with that. That seems to work pretty good for me.
Yep. And here's the thing. I get this whole with this new tab thingy where you can change or you can move things like, oh, I'm going to put this game here, put that game there, all these games here. You had a favorite tab. If I really liked the game and I wanted to play it again, I moved it to my favorites. That's it. That's all you ever needed. You never needed anything else. Because if it was going to be a game that I was going to play once, finish it, it's not going to go to my favorites tab. Because I finished it already.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I'm in the middle of playing something, I'll move it to my favorite tab. I'm done with it. I'll move it out of my favorites tab. I'm done. Why was this so hard, tab? I don't understand why the need for that changed. It absolutely didn't need it at all.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. The one thing I will say that I like is that they did add that little the in-game events thing, where they're for certain games that have new things that are going on in them. When you do eventually find the game that you are trying to find, it will pop up with a little thing that says, "Oh, there's this thing going on this weekend," or "New DLC is coming." I do like that much. But I think like the change of the way the library list works, and I'm just gonna throw out aesthetically, I'm not a fan.
No.
At all. And I just Steam has been the same way Steam's been for years, and I've never ever had a problem with it. Why change? Why do we have to change everything that works? Stefan, help me.
Because somebody important probably said, "Hey, you know, this could be better if it was like this," and Steam's all like, "Oh shit, this guy said it," just like every other company does. As soon as somebody who's semi-socially important on the internet says anything that could have some weight on this company, then all of a sudden they're just all about, "Oh shit, let's change this immediately." Like, if it made sense to change it for the better, okay, fine. But I mean, like, why does the list take so fucking long to load as you're going down through it? Like, for that, I see no reason whatsoever why that does that. There's absolutely, it makes no fucking sense to me whatsoever.
My only explanation to that is because of like the update things, or like the in-game things, where it's trying to load all of that for this. Like, so as soon as you click on it, it's gonna have that thing there. Load that shit when I click on it, not if. Because there's a lot of games that I don't even have installed that are on my Steam list.
Yeah.
Do you think I care about the updates of those games? If they're not installed, I clearly don't give a fuck.
Like, they should just have a subsection there. Don't pop it up and don't wait for it to load up for every single game that I'm like, as I'm scrolling down. Like, and it'd be different if I was selecting each game as I was going down, but I'm literally dragging a scroll button and it's all like, hold on now, let me load up some shit. And I'm like, no, don't load up some shit. Fucking get me to where I'm going and let me load up that game. If there's something with that game that's important, have it to the side as with a little fucking button or sticker or flashy light that says important shit that you might be interested in, and that's it. Don't load it up for every fucking game. It doesn't make sense. Like, if I don't have it installed, like you said, if I don't have it installed, why would you bring it up? And I mean, not only that, but if you're someone who has a large hard drive and you get a lot of indie games and you play a lot of different indie games and you have so many installed, that doesn't mean you want to go and see all this extra new shit for like 500 or 600 games that you have installed. Like,
exactly,
it doesn't make sense to me.
I want the stuff that like I click on. You know, if I'm gonna click on a game, that's when I want the info.
Exactly.
I don't need it all the time, because it's like I can give you, like, my Steam list is like maybe 300, 400 games deep. But they want to load that sort of information for every single fucking game. Why? When like 200 and like, I want to say, if it's like 400 deep, I want to say 350 of them aren't even installed.
Okay, can we? Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. Game Hunter, you haven't seen it. Here's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Look. Oh, it's no. Where'd it go?
Yeah. See how that's
it's gone. My scroll button is literally gone right now.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. It's back again, and it scrolled up on its own. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it shouldn't do that. Like, if I scroll down here too fast, I shouldn't have to wait for the scroll button to come back.
And also notice the fact that he doesn't even, like, why do I need to know my recent games? I know what I've played. Why are you telling me?
Not only that, but when you click on the Steam button in your taskbar, the first thing it does, if you just click it once, it'll bring up your most recently played games.
Yep. So why? What the hell is the point in all of that?
Yeah.
It creates so much clutter, and it just look at this mess. Look at that mess.
Like, again, if you wanted to know about new games, you're gonna go and find out about games. You're not gonna be like, oh, thanks Steam for bringing up a bunch of stuff that I wasn't thinking about, but now I am. So like, no, that's not gonna happen. If anything, I'm gonna be like, I'd like to look up some new games. So I'm gonna bring up Steam and go to the store and probably go through a queue.
Or go to the store, click on a thing. Oh, what genre do you want? Metroidvania. Thanks. That's all I need. I don't need to be told about every Metroidvania ever made. Steam. Because I'm not looking to play a Metroidvania every time I turn on Steam. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I know, that may sound weird for anybody who knows me, but I don't play Metroidvanias only. No, it's a shocker.
Yet.
So, anyway, moving on.
Sorry, Steve.
So we're moving on. Gearbox has provided additional details for Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite, which is going to be out next month for Borderlands 3. BL3 players can jump into Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite when it drops November 21st. Alongside the date, Gearbox Software provided a few additional details on the content. Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite is for level 50 4-player co-op mission. Is a level 50 4-player co-op mission with enemies scaled that level. You have the option to attempt the content solo, but be prepared to die rather quickly if you do so, according to Gearbox. Since you'll need help, public matchmaking will be an option for takedowns, which are tuned for 30 to 45 minutes of battle mayhem. At Maliwan's Blacksite, there will be tons of Spec Op Maliwan squads stationed on the new map, along 3 super tough bosses, one of which is called Wotan the Invincible. New enemies include riot troopers sporting shields which absorb elemental damage that can be directed back at you. You will also run into stealth troopers which have a cloaking device. There will also be more enemies variants to fight on true Vault Hunter mode. Successful participants will earn all sorts of loot exclusive to Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite. This includes some of the best shields in the game and some extra Vault Hunter head and skin options. Because it's designated for replayability, if you miss out on something the first time, you can always try again. Arquez goes over all the information on Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite in his latest video, so go take a watch. Also in November, you can look forward to the first Bank expansion, the first new Mayhem level mode, Mayhem 4, updated loot pools, and some character buffs. Additional vending machines will also be added across multiple maps. This looks really fun. And...
Whoa, Tan!
Tan? What?
Don't mind. The Invincible.
Oh, he looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But,
of course you're gonna love it. You fucking play this game all the time. I'm all just like, what's a Wotan?
Oh, I don't know. Wotan the Invincible. I don't know who the...
Wonton, the Invincible one.
Wonton the Invincible.
No matter how many bites you take.
Shoot off his outer layer and he's got a delicious meaty inside. I don't fucking know.
Sounds delicious still.
Takedown at Maliwan's Blacksite is for the level 50 4-player co-op missions with enemies scaled to that level. Unless you're a siren. You have the option of attempting the content solo, but be prepared to die rather quickly if you do. Unless you're a siren.
Fuck.
Since you'll need help. Unless you're a siren. Public matchmaking will be an option for takedowns, which are tuned for 30 to 45 minutes of battle mayhem. Unless you're a siren.
Dear cool. Gearbox, Scott is real butthurt that Sirens are the only ones who can do things on their own.
Here's the thing. Everybody who plays this game knows it. Gearbox loves their fucking sirens, and they have been the OP class in every game they've been in.
They like
the fact that the sirens are the top tier character in this game is really no fucking surprise. So, I don't play the siren, I play the operative, so...
Yeah, he plays the op.
Joke's on you. But, this is gonna be cool. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be free or if it's going to be, DLC or anything like that, but, I'm gonna probably be streaming it, because because I'm going to have actually a streaming schedule coming soon, folks.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have time to stream. Yay! So, you'll probably be seeing that from me relatively soon. Anyway, moving on. So here's something that I found interesting. The PlayStation... Sony is looking to the future, as companies often do, by trademarking possible names for its future console generations. Sony Japan has filed for trademarks for a number of PlayStation console names. The company applied for trademarks for PS6 through PS10. All trademarks spotted by Gematsu are for home console devices. This news isn't particularly surprising. Companies often move from secure trademark rights to secure trademark rights well in advance of the product's existing. This does not mean Sony will continue to use the same brand name, just add a number for its future generations, only that it wants to ensure it has the rights to do so whenever it needs them. As Gematsu notes, PS4 and PS5 brand names were both trademarked in 2006. Well before these consoles had ever existed. For now, we patiently can wait for the arrival of PS5 next holiday season.
Okay, again, if they're saying that this is what it's going to look like based on the schematic that we were talking about that was found online, I'm not going to lie, that thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
It looks so fucking cool, dude.
Yes, sir. I'm a fan. I shouldn't be surprised by this, because I've known that this was a thing long in the future, or long in the past. Jeez. Being a fan of Final Fantasy, when Final Fantasy VII first came out, a friend of mine's like, "Man, did you hear the Square, which wasn't Enix at the time, when Squaresoft was like, oh, we copyrighted Final Fantasy all the way up until Final Fantasy 12. Oh my god, there's going to be that many games?" This stuff happens. But the fact that, I didn't realize that they did it with consoles, and PS10? Holy shit. The disc slot looks to be on the bottom left.
Yeah, that's where I'm showing, right under the buttons there for the play, fast forward, pause for one, eject. There's an eject button right there, which I know it's probably smaller in the stream there, but that little slot right there should be for a disc. And it makes me think, the Switch should do something like this, because, no, they don't take discs, do they?
Switch? Nope, they have little tiny fucking SD cards.
Okay.
But, the design looks really cool.
Yeah, it does.
For PS5, I like it, and hey, at least Sony has it in their mind. They're gonna go all the way up to PlayStation 10. So know that you have 40 fucking years of PlayStation coming towards you guys. So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Anyway, moving on. This was a nice little ad. I just clicked off an ad. Nice little thing here. VKLiooon is the first woman to become a Hearthstone global champion. With her 3-0 win against U.S. player Brian Bloodyface Eston of Lazarus Esports at Eason? Oh, yeah, I misread that. Sorry. Eason. Whatever.
Eason is a name that's here as well.
Against U.S. player Bloodyface, BlizzCon 2019 China's Zhao VKLiooon Lee has become the first woman to be crowned a Hearthstone Global Champion. VKLiooon was already the first woman to qualify for the Hearthstone Global Finals, having won the Gold Open Tianjin Master Cup Season 1 playoffs and had an incredible run of 10 tournament victories in the lead up to this final. She went unbeaten through the event at BlizzCon before clean sweeping the deciding series.
Wow.
VKLiooon's Malygos Druid deck performed well against Bloodyface Quest Shaman early on, and her Highlander Hunter defeated his Quest Druid in the third round to close out the victory. That game was particularly delicious. The Asia-Pacific region's fondness for Highlander Hunter in competitive play has been questioned by Western pros and casters. Though not familiar with the name in the West, VKLiooon has been part of the Grandmasters program so far. Off the back of this win, we can expect to see much more of her impeccable play in the future. Clearly emotional in her after-match interview, she thanked the fans for her support over the past 2 days. She also went on to tell an anecdote about how, at a major tournament a couple of years ago, a male player told her that she was in the wrong queue because this isn't for you.
Oh.
Finally, she was asked about what it meant to her to be the first woman to win Hearthstone's biggest prize. I want to say for all the girls out there who have a dream for an esports competition for glory, if you want to do it and you believe in yourself, you should just forget your gender and go for it. VKLiooon goes home with both the title and World Championship and $200,000 in winnings.
Dude, she's a fucking beast, man. 3-0? Oh my god.
3-0 in the finals and went undefeated up to that point, which means in the entirety of the tournament, she never lost a game.
That was she went unbeaten at the BlizzCon event at BlizzCon, and she won 10 tournaments.
A run of 10 tournament victories in the lead up to the final.
And then she was unbeaten throughout the event at BlizzCon before doing the 3-0. That is That's awesome. That is really, really good. And you know what? Good for her. Fuck that dude who fucking said that this is not the fucking place for her to be. That's fucking bullshit, man. And any kind of person who says that, like that sexist kind of shit, is someone who's actually afraid of your skill.
Yep. And trust me when I say that when it comes to like these like card games and stuff like this, I will say that some of the toughest players that I have ever played against are the women. And not for any reason, but just because they are. Because I want to say, I'm trying to say this in a non-sexist way, but I think that their minds, like women minds, work a little bit differently the way that men's do, and I think that they have a stronger tie to strategy than we do. That might be wrong. I might be wrong about that. It might be person to person, but I've seen like of all of the women that compete in these sort of games, they're all great. They're all good. You know, of all the Magic that I've played, you know, of the women that I've always played against, I've always been like super fucking strong. My wife, she's like one of the best Final Fantasy players I know. She's damn good at the game. Like,
she must be across the room. You're trying to get brownie points, aren't you?
No, no, she's not here. But she is. She's like one of the best Final Fantasy players I know, and she sees things in cards that I don't see. Where it's just like, oh man, like for example, I'm trying to think what the interaction was. Oh, for Luso, one of the newest cards for Opus 9 was like, oh, if you have a dude with every color in it, and she's like, oh, this one particular card from 4 sets ago would make this guy go off by himself, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What the fuck? What the hell? And like I said, their minds work so much differently than a guy's mind does. So, good on you. Good on you. And I think that the way that, like, I want to say for all the girls out there who have a dream of esports competition for glory, if you want to do it and you believe in yourself, you should just forget your gender and go for it. Fucking perfect. Fucking perfect. And it's going to be the same thing that I do for kids, both girls. I am going to, I'm a gamer at heart. I'm a card gamer at heart. I'm competitive with that sort of stuff. And I am absolutely going to raise them to learn how to play these games. And I want them at some point, without any sort of help, to be able to beat me. And I know you laugh.
No, I completely understand why.
But it's like, it'll be like a badge of honor thing. Like, I want my kids to go into an event, have them like, oh, girls are playing, and I want them to fucking kill people. I want them to go in and just literally just murder games. You know, that's that to me.
You heard it here first, folks. Scott's trying to raise murderers.
in games. I want to raise murderers in games. I want my kids to be able to, like, later on, be able to go to a Magic tournament and just, like, wipe the floor with some 40-year-old neckbeard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, are we not supposed to?
Excuse me?
Yeah, but
Was this the beard, sir?
see, she heard me talking about her, and she shows up. See how this is?
Absolutely.
See how?
Hi,
See how?
guys.
So they have their they like I see. This is what I'm talking about. They have that second or that third and fourth sense that say, "Hey, they're talking good about us. We're gonna show up. We're gonna like." But anyway.
That's right. Talk about the reason my kid is murdered. Good about.
See. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So anyway, so Bioware has lost another Anthem lead. It's not good for you, Anthem. Not good. Chad Robertson, BioWare's head of live service and point man on Anthem, is leaving the company. In a two-part Twitter thread, Robertson said that the Anthem and BioWare are in good hands and that fans can expect great things ahead. Despite Robertson's upbeat words, his departure isn't likely to instill confidence in anyone still paying attention to Anthem. It comes less than 3 months after the loss of former Anthem lead producer Ben Irving, who left BioWare in August to find a job at a different studio. It also takes place in the midst of a serious uncertainty about the future of Anthem. The long-delayed Cataclysm eventually began, but BioWare announced in August that the plan to evolve the game's world through expansive acts had been dropped in favor of seasonal updates. The end of the Cataclysm event wasn't particularly clean either. When it was over, BioWare left some elements in the event online for people to play until the next seasonal event went live, which turned out to be a Halloween event that kicked off earlier this month. Robertson previously served as the head of technology and the studio director at BioWare Austin. His other credits, listed as Moby Games, included Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning for Mythic, which was acquired by EA in 2006 and merged with BioWare in 2009, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Dragon Age Inquisition, Jaws of Hakan, and Mass Effect Andromeda.
Jaws of Pecan, what?
Jaws of Hakan. Anthem and BioWare are in good hands, and that fans can expect great things ahead. So why leave?
Well, it could be because he got offered a better job. Or perhaps he was under a lot of stress. It could be a lot of different reasons. People leave for a lot of reasons, but I mean, it doesn't mean they have anything, there's anything bad with the company per se. But...
I'm not the company itself. I'm talking about just Anthem on its own. But these guys were like the head of this huge freaking thing that it was just advertised so much to be like that next gen. This game's going to be the game that everybody wants to play, and blah blah blah. And now, like, 3 of their heads are gone. Like, ugh. That does not. That doesn't really seem good at all. I mean, good luck, Anthem, because you need it, man. Anyway, moving along, Epic Games Store is adding open critic reviews and wishlisting. Epic Games has rolled out an update to its digital storefront that gives users the ability to view trending games, browse by genre or features, see what's on sale, what's been recently updated, and more. It also shared a look of some of the big new features in development, including a wish list, continued improvements to library view, and critic reviews on the store pages. The Open Critic partnership is interesting because Epic has been very careful about how it handles reviews on store page. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney said last year that Epic was working on a review system, but that it would opt in for developers in order to avoid issues with review bombing. But some gamers, such as in a Reddit thread, believe that an opt-in system will enable developers to avoid valid criticism. Integrating open critic reviews into its store pages will make it easier for users to figure out which games may be worth their time. But it doesn't address the core complaint that people, individually or in groups, should be able to use reviews to express their displeasure about whatever. An Epic Store wish list will be nice, although speaking for themselves, they have no doubt that it will end up being a forgotten litany of games that they were briefly interested before they were pushed out of their consciousness by the announcement of other games that also seem to be really interesting. So I'll add them to my wish list, and it goes on forever. It seems that the library views, Epic said that only that it's updating the visuals for the grid view to better align with the new presentation of games on the storefront, and to make multiple polish improvements to the list view. Epic has also made some behind-the-scenes changes to its store to better handle high volumes of traffic. Added Thai language support, has been implementing 3D Secure in the order to bring the EGS into compliance with European regulatory requirements. So, what I'm reading here, and tell me if I'm wrong, but they're just trying to make themselves Steam.
Okay, so you took the words right out of my head, basically. So this is Epic Games, the Becoming Steam update, is what my exact words were, so... But
So
this
why?
whole fucking Critic thing that they're talking about, no. You gotta make that open to everyone, because here's the deal, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, you're gonna get people who want to review bomb shit, but there's gonna be people who are actually interested in knowing about these games through reviews, who will follow the right people who review games. Reviewers that are trusted. There's going to be always going to be crappy reviewers who don't do a good job or are just there to shit on people's games, and that's it. Yep. And maybe some of them are there just to give negative feedback, and that's it. And if that's the case, that's fine too. If that's what they solely deal in, and if they do it with a professional level, but that's for the gamers and people looking at those reviews. They are the ones that decide that, not you. I mean, if you're gonna make it so that only people that are gonna say good things are a lot, like, yeah, well then you're basically just asking people to like kiss your asses the whole time. Like, of course everything's gonna look good on your store then. I mean but that's not honest, and that's not gonna make sales, because some people can say that this game is great and all, and then when people go and play it and they say, wait, no, it's not. Then what are you going to do? Give them back their money, and then you're back to square one where you're not selling the game. So just make it transparent. Let whoever do what they're going to do, and let the people who are looking at those reviews decide on who's a trusted reviewer and who's not.
Yep. And this kind of goes into something that I talked about a few podcasts ago with my anticipation and my clearly optimistic look for the Final Fantasy VIII remaster. And I pushed that, and I'm just like, man, Final Fantasy VIII's gonna... And then I had to warn everybody, because of the reviews that are allowed on Steam. And I didn't just read the first one, because I'm not that kind of consumer. I'm not a guy who's going to just read the first thing that I see and be like, oh, okay, well, that's how it is. When I went onto that page and saw that there was mixed reviews, I'm like, uh-oh, why are there mixed reviews? And I didn't just take the first review as gold. I was just like, all right, well, this guy said this and this and this is wrong. All right, well, he may be just nitpicking or something like that. So I went on to another review, and I didn't just read the negative reviews. I read both sides of the story, because I'm intelligent enough to go, okay, this one person shit on it, maybe the next person won't. Or maybe the next person will, and will have the same gripes. You have to be able, if you're going to be spending your money on games on like Epic Game Store or Steam or something like that, right. Or anything of the like, you have to be, a smart consumer. And I'm assuming anybody who watches our podcast or listens to our podcast, all of you are smart consumers because you're listening to us. Mm-hmm.
And then you probably say, okay, wait, they said, hey, they're freaking out about this trailer that they're watching. They're telling us little bits and snippets about it. Maybe it's worth going to go see this trailer. Didn't you go and see it? You should be able to tell from that trailer then how you feel about the game. If we felt good about the game, there's a good chance you're going to probably feel good about, seeing the trailer for the game. So, right.
So you have to be and you have to be careful too, because as we have a comment in the chat about, sometimes reviews can be a little, negative just for the sake of being negative. So you have to be super careful about what you read too. And again, I'm assuming everybody's smart about this. Yeah. But you have to literally took the words right out of my mouth. You have to do your research. You absolutely took every word that I was just about to say.
Sometimes it only takes noticing little things like, oh, look at this. Here's 10 5-star reviews, and they all had the same broken English that the person who owns the store or site does. Right. And you're like, wonder who done these reviews up.
Right.
You know.
So, because all of you are listening to our podcast, you clearly have a good mind on you. When you are going to purchase a game on Steam or on Epic or on any of those even GOG or any of those other places that give you games, do your research first.
Yeah.
Go into the comments, read what people have to say, and make sure you are making a quality purchase. Done and done. Epic Game Store, you need to add this sort of stuff because it's up to players to protect players.
Mm-hmm. And especially if you're following the Steam model, if you actually go over to Steam, they do have trusted reviewers that people can actually go over and say, oh wait, this guy has, 50,000 people following them for their reviews. There's a good chance that if I go over and watch the review for this game, that I'm probably going to get, a good sense of whether I'm going to enjoy it or not.
Right.
So
do your homework before you buy something. There you go. So next little bit is an interesting little thing that I wanted to let you guys in on. Mortal Kombat 11 is the end of the story, but not the series. Mortal Kombat is blessed with a great but completely ludicrous story, with the latest entry using time travel to pit combatants from the past and present against each other in a big brawl to decide the fate of reality. Unfortunately, creative director Ed Boon says that Mortal Kombat 11 is the end of the story, though not the series. In an interview with Terra Brazil, Boon teased the future of the fighter, including more characters and something to look forward to next year. The story of Mortal Kombat, we're pretty much calling this one the end of the story, but we're certainly not through with Mortal Kombat, Boon said. There are more characters that are going to come, and we have big surprises coming next year for Mortal Kombat. Some of the Combat Pack characters still haven't been released, so we're still waiting on Sindel, the Joker, and Spawn. That will keep us going well into next year, but other characters, including the Evil Dead's Ash, have also been teased and data mined. New Mortal Kombat story has also ended before, and the last 3 games have all been part of a reboot universe. It's not exactly a restrained series, so I expect that there's lots of places that it can still go. The canon ending does feel like a good place to leave this particular storyline, but NetherRealm has multiple dimensions to mine for new arcs. There's also another Mortal Kombat movie on the horizon. It's due out in 2021 and is already in pre-production. My expectations are low, but I'm still looking forward to some nauseating big screen fatalities.
Indeed.
This isn't that big of a surprise because I want to say it was Mortal Kombat Annihilation that ended the story once before.
Well, like they said, there was 3 different ones that done it anyways. But the thing is, where the story goes back and forth a lot, they can put out their new games in the series and go back and fix parts of the storyline, or explain why this happened, or show what happened before this, before Shao Kahn was a ruler. Imagine being able to play as him as a regular character before he becomes big ass boss Shao Kahn. So there's a lot of things they could do with the game, really. And again, I haven't played the game since Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I'm sorry, I just haven't gotten any of the games.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of places that it can go. I mean, it's like maybe expanding on where Raiko came from and all of that, or what happened to make these people the way that where did the Lin Kuei originate? Who were the first of the Lin Kuei or something along those lines?
Yeah,
maybe the very, very first iteration of the Lin Kuei ninjas, and where all that stuff came from. So there's definitely places that Mortal Kombat can go that could definitely bring the series to a new light, or maybe even doing a Mortal Kombat starting out with the very first Mortal Kombat, where it's this is how everything started. This is where I could be talking up my ass because I haven't played the recent Mortal Kombat games. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of this. I've watched all the story trailers, so I don't really think that's anything that's been talked about already. But why don't we go back to the days of the original Kung Lao? And what happened with him and his fight against Goro and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those first 9 Mortal Kombats that Outworld won. We know that they won them, but how did they win them?
Yeah. And like, what was the circumstance? Like, how did that start? Who decided, like, hey, let's do a Mortal Kombat? And, you know,
right.
So much like, they could do, dude. So much they could do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, like, a prequel, I think actually would honestly be an absolute great way to boot some new life into a Mortal Kombat series while tying all of the stories from like MK1 all the way up to MK11 and making everything make sense, you know, and being able to play as the original Kung Lao, you know, that would be cool. I would be up for that. I'm a big fan of Kung Lao. So playing the first iteration of him and watching his fight against Goro in the very first Mortal Kombat, you know, absolutely, I'd be down for that, you know, and like I said, it would be awesome to see why Earthrealm lost all of those Mortal Kombats before the one with Liu Kang. Mm-hmm. So, I think that would be cool. Last little bit of information here. Oh boy, am I ready to talk about this one. Counter-Strike Go container keys can no longer be resold because they were being used for money laundering. Counter-Strike Global Offensive container keys, which are purchased with real money and used to unlock the game's equivalent of loot boxes, can no longer be resold. In other words, the keys will not be able to leave the purchasing account, thus making it impossible to sell them on the Steam community market. The reason? Valve has learned that they are being used to launder money. In the past, most key trades were being legitimate. In the past, most key trades we observed were between legitimate customers, the company wrote on the Counter-Strike website. However, worldwide fraud networks have been recently shifted to using Counter-Strike Go keys to liquidate their gains. At this point, nearly all key purchases that end up being traded or sold on the marketplace are believed to be fraud-sourced. As a result, we have decided that newly purchased keys will not be tradable or marketable. The statement adds that while in some, but clearly not many, legitimate users may be affected, combating fraud is something we continue to prioritize against Steam and our products. Valve also notes that in the statement that pre-existing Counter-Strike Go container keys are unaffected. Those keys can still be sold in the Steam community market and traded. It's a big deal to have Valve directly acknowledge that the keys are being used for money laundering, and of course, it's not the first time Counter-Strike Go's reward systems have been used in shady ways. CSGO skin gambling came under the spotlight in 2016, and 2 prominent YouTubers were found to be heavily promoting without disclosure their own skin lottery website. Valve gave chase, issuing more than 20 cease and desist orders against similar sites, but that didn't stop the Washington State Gambling Commission from getting involved.
Jesus.
In response to looming regulations in France, last month a Counter-Strike Go update included a new X-ray scanner for that country, which basically allows users to check on the content of containers before they're unlocked. Oh boy. Let's start talking about this one. I'm gonna say that there is a point in my life, and I'm dead fucking serious, that I was actually considering practicing Counter-Strike Go so that I could get really good at it, so that I could start selling this stuff. Because if you've never seen Counter-Strike, the Counter-Strike gambling stuff, those people made insane money.
Yeah.
We're talking about some skins for like pistols or like especially knives.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Especially knife skins were going for 4 digits. We're talking about thousands of dollars for weapon skins for Counter-Strike Go. And this made the gambling market absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And some of these people were making a living off of selling this stuff. Because these gambling websites, if you've never seen them, they're mostly gone now. But there were enough of these things that Valve had to order
Cease and desist.
more than 20 cease and desist orders. That's how big this market was.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine, if like these skins and these weapon skins and stuff like that were going for this much money, how easy it was to just move money from point A to point B. Because it was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to gamble on this, and then now that money goes to that person. Oh, I got a crappy skin. Too bad I spent $800 on that one. I guess I'll try it again. Here goes another $800. Oh, I got a crappy skin. Oh, well, I guess I'll try. That's how easy that stuff was.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
how
not only that, but then the person who's probably buying the containers from that person anyways just to launder that money is probably then reselling those skins if they're good for even more money to do even. That was a vicious cycle. Jesus.
Oh yeah,
man.
And this is on like the same leg as like other companies who are trying to make it so that loot boxes aren't gambling because they're surprise mechanics. Looking at you, EA.
So, do these skins do anything besides change what it looks like?
Nope. Everything is cosmetic.
Like, I felt bad buying keys legitimately for Rocket League to open some crates once in a while. Like, I felt bad. Like, man, I'm just wasting money on bullshit. And then people are spending thousands of dollars on a skin. It's like, oh, that knife has a ripply thing. This one's got a Damascus look. Like, oh, okay. Like, do people often stop you in game and like, dude, that knife is fucking. I don't even want to play the game anymore. I just want to follow you around, look at your knife. You just hold out your knife the whole time so I can just watch it. Like, come on.
I'm trying to look up like some of like the biggest. Some of like the biggest sales that these things have ever made.
Don't look at how much I spent on Fortnite skins, please.
Oh, no. Whoa, hold on a second. The big CS:GO, the biggest trade, $100,000 for one knife skin.
What?
So if there's any question as to how people laundered money, oh, wow. It just, just like how much, man? Just going on to the skin gambling thing, these sites have been created to a type of black market on global offensive skins, generally unregulated by Valve. The exact monetary values processed by these skins gambling sites are difficult to measure due to the opaqueness of the ownership. Elias and Norris estimated that $2.3 billion in skins were used to bet on esports in 2015, $5 billion in 2016, and projected that over $20 billion in skins would be gambled by 2020 if left unchecked.
How do people have that much money, though? Like, I know, yes, some of it's probably that money laundering stuff, but I mean, some of those are probably legitimate actual purchases, and I'm just like, who has, like, man, like, again, like, I can understand, okay, you're buying a skin, you're getting $5, okay, whatever. You spend $100 this 1 week because you were trying to get this one skin that you're trying to get from this one specific, thing that they have out. Whatever, that's fine. But, like, you're getting this one skin, you're like, oh man, I saved up $1,200, I'm fucking getting, my knife is gonna be black. But I'm gonna have a black knife, and it's gonna suit my costume perfectly. I'm gonna be the guy who plays all in black, I'll be able to hide in shadows and stuff. Oh man, it's gonna be sick. Like, someone has money for that. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's just, there's just...
That blows my mind.
Can you imagine how much money was actually... Because, like they said, the numbers are completely skewed because these sites were completely unregulated.
Yeah.
So it's like the amount of money could have been even more than that. It could have been just like a huge amount compared to like what these guys are even saying. So it could have been like $30-40 billion. We're talking about... I'm not saying this number with an M, folks. I am saying this number with a B.
Yeah.
This is
Like
billions.
That's insane.
Billions of dollars being spent on Counter-Strike skins. And they're saying a decent, huge amount was just money laundering. It's like, woof! That's a lot of money, man. Especially just for one game. Imagine if other games did this sort of stuff.
That's sad. Thanks
This
for
towards
the
the
1,000
purchase
bits.
of a brand new Counter-Strike knife skin.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to
man.
Father Crazy. 1,000 bits, thank you very much, to put this towards your purchase of a brand new Counter-Strike knife skin.
Done.
You got
Wait,
it!
I don't
It's
have that.
all
do I?
you.
I think I actually do have Counter-Strike. Hold on. Give me
Oh,
10
God.
minutes to get up to the top of my list.
That. Good on you, Father Crazy. Good on you. Anyway, so that'll be the end of my news.
All right.
Off the proverbial torch, not pass it because I'm a man of danger. Over to Stefan.
Thank you, Sev. Thank you very much. All right. Well, yeah, a lot of good news there, Scott. I'm not gonna lie.
You got some
I
quality.
still can't get over that people pay that much shit for fucking skin. That's crazy. Like, no, seriously, like that could be like somebody's like life for an entire month just spent on a skin. Like,
There's one word. There's one word that absolutely sums up every article, everything about all of that sort of stuff. It all gets summed up into one word, and it's EP.
yeah, that's true, I suppose.
All it is.
EP.
That's all. You have $800 knife skin. Watch how everybody freaks out because you have an $800 knife skin. It's like people notice that stuff.
If
And that's
anything, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be like, hey, everybody, I'm going to put up a video of me killing the guy with the $800 knife skin over and over.
Fair enough. Or I would put up a thing and be like, "Hey guys, I have an $800 looking for $600." That. Anyway,
All right, well.
hold on. Wait. Stefan,
Yes,
are you
guys.
telling me?
I'm not
Are you
saying.
telling me it's about that time?
I didn't even get a chance.
Well, you don't need a chance because I can see this part. It's time for my favorite part of the podcast. It should be your favorite part of the podcast. It should be everybody's favorite part of the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Steam Queue.
Oh my god.
It is
love
that time. It's time for the Steam Queue.
It is indeed. All right.
This week, okay, so I'm going to give my prediction as I always do every week. Last week I said we were going to have a relatively good Steam Queue, and I think we went like 8 out of 10, right? We said,
I think it was, yeah, actually, it might have been, and it's 11, Scott. Jesus.
I honestly think we're going to go 50-50. I feel 50-50.
All right. Well, let's go to it.
Here we go.
The
Here we
first
go.
one I already know is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not going to play the music on this one because I know I'm going to get a copyright strike. So, can we keep Scott if we enlarge the video? Ooh, that's the question of questions right there.
Yep. We'll find out.
Can we keep Scott if we enlarge the video? Ooh,
So we'll
that's
find
the
out whether or
question
not
of
that I'm
questions
still
right
around.
there.
Yep. We'll find out.
Oh, we got him.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
I'm not a fan of Star Wars. I'm going to throw that out there. I've never really been a super huge fan of Star Wars. Not that I'm saying that like anything is terrible in it. I prefer other sci-fi things to Star Wars.
Mhm.
But
Are you a Trek fan instead?
I am a Trek fan.
Nice.
I
like both.
Again, I'm not gonna shit on Star
No,
Wars because
God,
I think it has an incredible franchise.
I love
This
Trek.
looks pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. This looks really nice.
It looks a lot like Force Unleashed, actually. But you're
Yeah, and
playing
I did play both of those games, and
Mhm.
I absolutely fucking loved both of those games. I love Starkiller as a character, and I think he was an absolutely perfect character for the Star Wars you know, the whole genre. I very much liked it, and I'll have to say, for like as many, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars, but of all the games that I played, they've all been really good.
$80 though. Shit, Scott. Oh shit. That's gonna sit in my wish list forever. That's gonna sit in my wish list until it comes in Steam in 10 years' time. Is all like, get it for $2.99. I'll be like, yes. $80 game, $2.99. Thank you. Took forever, but it got it now for a good price.
I mean, I understand why it's an $80 game, but like that puts it that sways it hard off the fence, my friend.
Indeed. Let's go to our next one. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. Come on, man. You know I don't do first person stuff. I'm gonna hit ignore just because I'm sorry. I don't do first person shooters. I'm sorry. It's not my thing.
I wonder how many knife skins you need for that game.
Mekabolt. Welcome to Mega Park. Thank you.
Oh god. Depends if it's a knife skin, you only need one.
Okay, like the pixel graphics. It seems like it's zoomed in a lot. I'd like for it to be out a little bit more, I
think. Seems really fast, too.
I like it. I like the look of it so far. It looks really nice. Oh.
It kind of... gives me, like, a cave story sort of vibe. I'm saying.
Yeah. Save the Mega Park. What? Error. No. I actually kind of like that. That's going on to the wish list. Let's see. $5.69. That is not bad at all. It just came out in August, actually.
$5.69 Canadian?
Yeah.
Wow. Then that probably means it's like only like $3.99 American.
$3.49.
Steam open check this stuff as usual. I know. It's like the first thing is always like, man, that seems really cheap, and then I go over to my Steam and it's like, oh, it's not open.
Next game is PlataGO, Super Platform Game Maker. What?
Okay.
Ooh, I like the palette swaps you can do. Oh, I love the palette swaps. See, this is like Mario Maker, but for some other thing.
Mekabolt, for those of you who are listening, Mekabolt does go for $4.99 American. This is interesting.
Like I said, it's a lot like Mario Maker, but for this. Oh, I love the palette swaps. Oh, I love them. It's gonna be out on Switch as well. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like the fact that yes, you can like build your own levels and stuff, and it's like it looks like it's a fun platformer. Sounds like the music's pretty good. Yeah. If it's the same type of music used in the game, anyways. But the whole thing is like Mario Maker's already out there, which is like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, why don't you just get Mario Maker? But I do like those palettes.
Right.
I love every one of them. You keep fucking... Okay, fine. Add it to my wish list.
Yeah,
the palette swapping was enough.
PlataGO will go for $19.99 American. So,
oh yeah, $22.79.
Not too bad for like a game that you could just make like
as many levels as you want.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh. And it looks like you can do a Mario thing, you can do a Battle Kid thing, you can do a Mega Man thing, you can do anything you want really. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, neato.
Right. Up next, Akane. Oh, what is this? So oh, you're doing it. More pixel graphics. Oh, it's a female dragging this guy. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh my!
See, I like the swordplay style for this. It's not just a top above shooter kind of thing. Oh, you can use a combo of stuff. That's what I like. Oh shit! Metal Gear. What?
Okay. Whoa!
Whoa! Okay, that trailer was good. Okay, now we gotta watch the next one. Anyone listening, go check out the trailer for Akane. It's a top-down, but it's not just a shooter. You specialize in like handguns and like a katana, and you can switch out the katanas and handguns for different types and stuff. Oh, it looks, and the fucking lighting in this game looks amazing.
Yes, it does. And for those of you who are interested in this in the chat, it's $4.99.
Wait, what?
It is a $5 game.
Oh god.
Whoa.
This soundtrack is fucking bumping too. You're right. This is a great soundtrack. Oh, I think Elizabeth would like this. So I'm gonna send them a little tweet of this later.
Yeah, right? That goes onto my wish list. Boom.
Yeah,
Done.
really though.
Done. Okay. Well, I am sold. Also, if you know the
got some
protagonist,
boobies
so,
bouncing outside, but it looks like she's cool.
well, I'm just saying, like, whew. I am, yeah. Yep. Yeah, $5. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is well worth $5.
Ooh,
I would have assumed this was at least $10. This is great. Okay.
I have a very, very high expectation of this being our suggestion for the week.
Oh yeah, it's up there so far. Yeah. All right, our next one is Bucket Night.
Because Shuffle Thing was good.
I mean, see, this is why I love this team. This is fucking awesome. Loving this.
Looks like
oh shit.
Ignore no bucket being used. I'm kidding. It looks pretty cool.
Man, the soundtrack for this is great too.
I like it.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. That was nice.
So, you want me to blow your mind?
Oh my god, it's 25% off. It's $4.26, so it must be like what, $3.79?
It is a $3.74 game right now.
$3.74. Okay, close.
It is normally a $5 game. Another $5 game that looks really good.
Looks like the Steam Queue is shaping up.
I might be off on my record.
Profane. Indie action adventure bullet hell arcade. Alright. So, oh god, I would be terrible at this.
Check your notifications, King.
What? My notifications. Wait, what?
What?
Whoa!
Whoa! Is this like a twin stick shooter bullet hell?
Oh, there's a Twitch mode for this too, Scott.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah. You can have fun with this.
Oh, what is this called again?
Profane. It's $21.79.
Oof. Wow.
I'll have to check those notifications afterward.
Yeah, I checked notification on Steam. Yeah, I'm actually gonna add. I'm gonna definitely add that to my wish list.
It's not on. It's not off the Toho Shoujo Tale of Beautiful Memories. Female protagonist. I like the look of it so far.
You already said Toho, so it's like, oh boy.
What is this?
It's a Toho game.
Oh, I know, but it looks cute. I like it.
Looks like a Toho RPG. Is that what I'm getting here?
Whoa! I bet isometric's going to be hard to get used to, but thankfully they do provide shadow, which is good because usually shadow is what guides you. Okay, this is kind of interesting so far. I'm definitely putting it on my wish list. This looks pretty fun too. What? It's like a shooting gallery. You missed. This is like Mario RPG. What is this?
It's a Toho game, man. Who the hell knows? They do so many things with Toho that it's just...
Oh shit, this is a fun little game. The rabbits. Okay, so there are actually fighting. Good.
That's what I want to see. It looks like an RPG, but it's like...
Good. This...
Yeah, it definitely gives me a very huge Mario RPG vibe.
Oh, whoa! Not when there's knives coming out. Like, holy shit! Oh, yeah!
The knives coming out? That's my girl Isayoi. Yeah, there you go. Stop Wordo. That's my girl Isayoi. She's my favorite character.
What the fuck? I'll just run you over with the train. No big deal.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so that was kind of cool. Not gonna lie. That's going on my wish list right there. Toho Shoujo Tale of Beautiful Memories. $34. Ooh.
Yeah, it's Toho, man. You get what you... I don't want to say you get what you pay for, but that's...
$34. Yeah,
that's awfully steep. That's awfully steep for a Toho game, guys.
Flatland Volume 1. Please don't make me a fucking cute. I mean, I like your color scheming and stuff, and the color's nice, the lighting's really nice and stuff, but why? Why cube? That means you just didn't want to make a character. Come on, man.
So is this like, what, the Geometry Dash? Just...
Yeah, I don't know.
Geometry Dash the RPG or something like that? Or Geometry Dash the platformer?
Next. Artifact Adventure Gaiden DX. Hello.
I'm sorry, bless you.
What is this? Hello.
So...
Whoa.
Okay.
This looks super interesting. I want to know what this is now. This looks fun.
So this kind of like... If anybody ever has played... 30 Second... is it 30 Second Hero, I think it's called?
I think I have that, and I might have played it as well.
What is it called?
Holy crap, dude.
Half Minute Hero. Half Minute Hero.
Yeah.
There we go. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Like the fighting styles of this. It reminds me of like Half Minute Hero plus like the Tales games, where it has like that 2D fighting section where it's not like a traditional RPG, but you're like an active fighting sort of style. I kind of can dig that.
That's going on my wish list. It's $11.50, so it's probably $9.99 for you guys. That's not bad. All right.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like the older Tales games that have like the 2D fighting.
Robo
I
Ink
could
Project. That light is peeing on you.
Yeah, why?
I'm into it. Oh, okay.
I like these sort of things. I'm into that freaky shit. Especially if like the halogen lights, man. Oh, they're the best to compete on. Okay, what are we looking at? Like, is this trying to be,
Nope. Next in the queue, please.
it feels like it's trying to be,
Ooh. Difficult platformer. Arcan the Dog Adventurer.
what in the hell?
I don't know what's going on.
Wait, is this? Am I seeing? Seems like an Arkanoid type of game. Because there's stuff on the right side that there's a ball that he's hitting off of.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah, it's like Arkanoid, but it has a character that has to actually dodge shit.
All right.
You see what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Now I can see that.
I guess that's why it's called Arkan.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like Arkanoid.
Now that I see that, now I want to watch the trailer over. Because I didn't really notice that right away. Play, goddamn. Oh, yeah, look at this stuff. Alright, that's going to be fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, right?
Holy crap. Oh, shit, that was a good teleport he's fucking smacking down there. That was good.
Yeah, okay. This is a neat idea.
Oh, wow, and the ball actually blocks the laser shots and stuff, too.
Yeah, this is cool.
I can see why they put it in the difficult category now. Holy
yeah,
crap.
right?
Alright, that's going on the wish list. Dude, we had a fantastic queue this week.
Yeah, I'm glad I was wrong, because we had some really neat games.
Holy crap.
Because that's an interesting idea. That Arkan like that, I'm a fan.
Indeed. That was really good. Notification. Oh, holy crap. 2 new gifts. He wants me to go and look at them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mekabolt. Sexy beard man for an amazing time the other. Hey, wait, it's still sore? Decline. Because if I accept it, he's going to know that, like, I've seen his messages. Oh, God. And then he's going to want to have another night. I mean, it was good for a one-night stand, but... And the kind of... Oh, dude.
Boy. Get the hookups.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Add that to my library. Yeah, that's right.
Crazy, you're the man. You are the man.
Oh, indeed. Holy crap. Oh, sorry. Oh, alright.
So for anybody who wants to play Steam stuff with me, hey, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, also, I will say the same thing. I do have... oh, now it doesn't tell me how many games? You piece of shit.
Oh, it doesn't anymore?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I have uncategorized 314, favorited 15. It does say how many.
Is that right at the very top? Oh, okay. Yeah, 1,289 games on Steam. So I can play games with a lot of people. All right.
Yeah. No kidding.
So-
Especially now that we have like the multiplayer thing the team has.
Oh, exactly. Which I've been told works quite nice. Anyways, we're going to go into our gaming news from my side, starting with our indie retro news from indieretronews.com. Some awesome people over there. If you haven't been over there, go check it out. They literally have stuff like sections for everything you'd ever want. Also, a lot of great news writers and reviewers and stuff like that. And quite nice people. So, first thing we have is something that's actually kind of cool. SonicGX, Sonic the Hedgehog running smoothly on an Amstrad.
That I actually want to see to believe it.
So, a lot of people were talking about this. It's a bit of an update, I think, to the... let's see. According to the Norcess 464, he has said Sonic GX was first previewed on the Alchemy X3, 1st of November 2019, as a work-in-progress game for the Amstrad GX 4000 and Amstrad Plus machines. He goes on to say the game features full-screen gameplay at full frame rate, 50 Hz, with approximately 40 colors on screen, with other previews released at some point to a full release of the game planned for the end of 2020. So, this is going to be impressive. Oh, sounds pretty good too.
Allez le mec, il joue bien.
Nice little setup he has there too. Jealous. Oh. That looks pretty good. If they could only zoom it out a little bit more, maybe they can only do it so much. It seems like the screen scrolling is a little bit. So, but otherwise, it looks pretty good.
They also play it on a CRT, so that can make it questionable.
Wait. Oh, you only see one ring go. Oh, that's pretty cool. The kid's not bad. Oh, the boss is right. Okay, that's fine.
To work on that Sonic collision there.
Yeah, really though. But yeah, that looked pretty damn good for an Amstrad, dude.
Yeah, it actually does. It actually looks really nice.
Master System clone? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Alright, so our next thing we have here is Saboteur for the Amiga, an early prototype of the 1985 classic on the Amiga. That looks pretty cool. More interesting news today is one comes from our good friend Eric, as he has shown us an Amiga prototype of Saboteur, incredible action-adventure game created by Clive Townsend and originally published by Durrell Software in 1985 for several 8-bit systems. According to Eric, in relation to the footage below, this is his attempt to port it by himself to the Amiga, taking graphics and data from the Unity port and porting it to a Blitz Basic.
It's a lot of work for yourself.
Indeed. Oh, it's only a short clip. What? Okay. Oh, this looks like it could be neat. Oh, I guess maybe he doesn't have the enemies moving just yet. Okay, and that's all we have for that. But still, it still looks promising. I kind of want to see more, and I'm sure we'll get more as it comes. So. Looks interesting. Looks like you could have like it's almost like an action stealth type game, maybe. Not sure. If you're a saboteur. You all right over there, Scott?
Oh yeah, I'm taking notes on things I need to do.
All right. Our next thing we have here is Pumpkid, a charming Halloween game for the Commodore VIC-20. Ooh, I has one of those. I can play this.
Ooh.
No content with Get Witchy, Forgotten Forest, or Luna for your Halloween experience, then how about this game for the Commodore VIC-20? Pumpkin. A brand new release from Who-Code64, in which you play as a child turned into a haunted pumpkin by an evil witch Hazel, and must defeat her with a candy horde to break the curse of the pumpkin on All Hallows Eve.
If you think I'm as organized as having a book out, I wrote this on the back of a receipt. I'm not that organized. Don't give me that much credit.
Okay.
Boy, she turned that man into a pumpkin.
Whoa. 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 Oh, she was not fussy with that. I think that's a witch. Oh, shit. Watch out. Oh, my God.
Well, damn.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I don't understand what's going on, but I want to. I like the sounds of this, by the way. Which means I can't wait to play some of my VIC-20 now.
What? What? What the hell happened? I'm confused.
I have no idea either. I'm trying to figure it out, but I think you have to collect something, but I'm just not sure what. Oh, candy. I can see the candy there.
Something about having to collect candy as weapons or something, or...
Oh, okay. Cool.
Run, boy! Run, boy!
Oh, whoa! You just shot that off like... Oh, look out, look. Oh, keep shooting out. Don't go shooting your candy away. Oh, wait. Maybe you can use that as weapons to kill the ghosts and stuff?
Yeah, that's... Get her!
No. Ah! You have to get her again before, like... that thing turns a certain color? I don't know. What?
What?
Did the level just shift? What? I'm so confused! I don't know more so bad. Okay, there's 15 minutes of this without an explanation.
Yeah.
Alright, so according to the description, you must move Pumpkin around the cemetery, avoiding all the spooky ghosts. The witch will be flying around on a broomstick and will take a life if she catches you. At midnight, the undead will rise from their graves, so be quick. Make sure to collect as much magic candy as you can, fire at the witch, and hope that enough hits. She'll be weakened enough to flee from the fight for another night of Pumpkin versus the evil witch Hazel. Oh, you just gotta keep hitting her.
Gotcha. Makes
Ooh,
sense.
that sounds challenging, though. Because
Yeah,
you see
right.
how fast she moves after you hit her the first time. Jesus.
Yeah, right. She goes around like a bat out of hell.
Right?
Or like, you know, a witch in a graveyard. I don't know.
Alright. Our next one we have, it's going to be a lot of Halloween stuff. Get Witchy. Digital Monastery's latest C64 game features more than just a witch. Ooh, is it a shmup? Not one for going trick-or-treating, but what I really like about Halloween is the fact we get lots of interesting games that come out that have that spooky theme, which makes the day even more special. So here we come to the second game to be announced on Indie Retro News, and that's Get Witchy, a brand new game from Digital Monastery, whereby playing as a witch riding a broomstick, that one single button can be friend or foe. This is a new game from our good friends Digital Monastery, Hakuto Force. You play as a witch and must avoid all the enemies in the level while collecting sweets to gain a fabulous high score and to beat all the others currently in the high score table. Beware, however, the music may be awesome, the graphics rather nice, and sporting decent animation, but with only that one button controlling your flight and avoidance, it must be the best game ever, the most frustrating you've ever played. Oh God.
I love Halloween candy because I have kids, which means I get to have the adult section. You know what I'm saying? The adult section is whatever. I
But
take
there should be an adult trick-or-treat. That could be a whole other topic right now. Adult trick-or-treating. After 12 o'clock on October 31st. Actually, on October 30th. We get to go trick-or-treating. You can get all kinds of fun stuff. Like beer and... Oh, I should stop there. We're thinking adult things that only
That's
adults
like
would want at trick-or-treating, so yeah, let's not go
That's
there.
like the best. It's like the best and worst idea ever.
What kind of candy do you have at Halloween? What are you giving out?
Not good. Shit, I'm eating it all. I'm that guy.
Okay.
Also, we had like a whole big mess of different things.
Oh, okay.
It's like all, it was like all the big name chocolate things, you know, like the Reese's and the Kit Kats and all that stuff. It's like,
I'm pretty sure kids skip our place. Alright, so it looks like you're playing. Oh, so it's not even... Oh, God. Oh, okay. I understand now.
I get, yeah, oh, yeah, you're using button, and the only way... Okay.
You can't go too high or it's game over. Can't go too low or it's game over. Can't hit a ghost or it's game over. Oh, my God. So you need to get candy. But see, what I don't get is why do you keep going forward so much? Like, that would be such a piss-off. But no, stop. Just stay in the middle and don't move forward.
Maybe you can't control it.
Oh, looks like you're getting some backdraft. Like, if you go high and, like, let it drift back, it'll just drift back on its own. Oh, man, this guy is dying so much. I can understand that. It looks like it's so hard.
Oh my god, that really does look really hard. It looks like when you go up, you push forward, but like when you're not touching the button, you fall backwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just let go of the button and just drift back a little bit. Yeah, see, dude, oh my god, that looks so hard. Like this candy, these sweet tart candies that are, oh. Oh, yeah, it's the best.
Okay, no, I gotta stop. I was getting frustrated watching. Like, I wouldn't be able to play this game. I would flip out so badly playing this game. I can tell right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. No, if I play on a mobile phone, I guarantee you I would hit my phone. Alright, let's get to our next topic here.
Works.
Forgotten Forest version 1.1 SEUCK Forbidden Forest clone gets an update. Siach. If you're looking for more Halloween goodness, then thanks to Saberman. Man, Saberman's always at the top of the game, man. He knows. Give him a good shout out on Facebook. He's told us the Siach. I don't know how to pronounce it other ways. Game known as Forgotten Forest has been updated to version 1.1 with NTSC music control and also quick high score detection. According to the team behind the game, such as Alf Ingve and Richard Bayless, Forgotten Forest is a side-scrolling action game as a C64 clone of the classic Forbidden Forest. If you're looking for a great Siach game, then you've come to the right place. Forgotten Forest features an atmospheric tune to that of this Halloween season. Plenty of dangerous enemies such as spiders and bees. I don't associate bees with Halloween much myself, but and lots of blasting action as you can try to survive each of the many woodlands that most people would be scared to enter. Although there was bees in the Jekyll and Hyde game, so maybe bees are... Well, bees can be terrifying, I'm not going to lie. Even if you're not allergic, they can still be terrifying.
So for those of you who are hearing Siach, it means shoot 'em up construction kit, which is basically just making your own shoot 'em up games. Yeah, it's shoot 'em up construction kit.
Oh, whoa. Okay, this is terrifying. Oh my god, the music. Why? I'm so scared. Jesus. I guess you don't run out of ammo, which is kind of good. Okay. Oh, whoa! Oh, you do have a health bar too, okay. I thought it was a one-hit kill kind of thing. Oh, you die! Alright, that's kind of cool, though.
You
You die.
Oh, that hit me right in the funny point, but I actually appreciate that. I don't know why that was so funny, but I actually am kind of a fan of that. You die.
I will say it does look like it could ramp up fast for difficulty, though.
Yeah.
For sure. Alright, next we have Luna, frantic yet fun C64 game for Halloween. More Halloween games. It's Halloween today, and you know what that means. Ghostly games. Yes, indeed, the first one up for this creepy season is a C64 game called Luna by Shalan and team, developed for the latest Halloween game dev competition. This game, playing as a witch, you must traverse through dangerous caverns while avoiding many waves of enemies as a one-hit death experience. Ooh. Basically, one hit, and it's game over. Thankfully, playing as a witch, she does have some spells at her disposal. Fly through caverns, shooting spells at enemies, and keep going, as when power increases to max, you'll be blasting non-stop until the power level drops, and you need to do it all over again. Beware, though, as the further in the game you get, your speed will increase. The caves will get tighter, and you'll need to react fast. Oh. Ooh.
Kind of gives me like an R-type sort of vibe just by listening to it. I mean, I'm sure it's not.
It looks old school.
R-type.
Oh, would you stop these stupid fucking ads?
Excuse me. That came through. Breath fire.
Ah, burn my finger. Oh, here we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. Oh, alright.
Alright, well, I wasn't really far off with the R-type now.
Whoa, it's speeding up. Oh! Oh, it ends so fast you don't have multiple lives? It's just the one life thing, too. Wow.
One life, yeah.
I thought it was a one-hit thing and that was it, like with multiple lives, but wow.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man, this game looks dirty.
Yes, it does.
Oh, man.
That looks like fun though.
Yeah, I want to see him get powered up.
Yeah. I want to see what she does fully powered. I want to see her like shoot fucking pumpkin lasers out of her eyes.
That was tight. Oh, there she goes.
Excuse me.
Faster shooting. Oh, only that's wow. Oh, you build it up as you shoot each one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jesus, that was tight. Whoa, whoa, those skulls are freaking me out. Ooh.
I think it's like
God.
it doesn't wait to get any faster, does it?
Holy fuck, those bats. Oh my God, no, you let one go past you. It's gonna come back. Jesus.
Yep, it did not waste any time getting faster, did it?
Boom. Yep. Holy crap, dude. That looks like fun. And very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Alright, next up we have... Oh, a game we mentioned before. Cathedral is finally out now on GOG and Steam.
Nice.
Oh, so if you haven't seen this yet, we'll give you a little watch of the trailer here. This is fucking... looks so good. It looks like Shovel Knight. But no longer a shovel. And the soundtrack sounds amazing. Metroidvania type stuff going on there. more. Yeah, oh, this looks so good. Oh my god. Wait, do you play as multiple different dudes? Whoa! Oh, that boss fight looked like it was pretty awesome. Oh my lord. Alright, and now you're a blue one? Okay. Oh, oh, okay. This looks so good. Oh my god, that map looks huge. Oh. You can pick your powers. Oh.
Wow. That is a big map.
Right? Oh. So for those listening to the podcast, if you haven't seen Cathedral yet, go watch the trailer. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go pick it up. No doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, thank you for the update there from Indie Retro News. That's gonna be quite the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continuing with the Halloween kind of feel here, we got the 13th Doll unofficial 7th guest sequel has been released.
Really?
Way back in the 90s, Trilobite, with publishing by Virgin Interactive Entertainment, released the interactive movie puzzle adventure game, The 7th Guest, on multiple systems, including CDI, PC, and Mac. It was a first-person horror game with adult content and featured live-action video clips and pre-rendered 3D graphics that made it a huge success for its time. But while I'm mentioning this, well, you'll be pleased to know that we've been told by the Attic Door Productions team that the 13th Doll unofficial 7th Guest sequel has been released. Oh.
You got me last
It's only 13
time,
seconds, so we don't even have to
but
full screen this.
I'm stronger now.
Oh, wow. They even have the live action stuff. That's pretty cool. Alright. We've actually spoke about this sequel some years back, but unlike before when the crowdfunding campaign failed, the team behind the game told us that this time Trilobite was kind enough to license them to make a fan sequel called The 13th Doll. Also, for those of you as a lover of that classic game, this one is yet again a puzzle-based horror adventure game set in a haunted mansion whereby players must solve the puzzles to unlock the story, while they also collect and rebuild the mysterious 13th Doll and complete the final greatest work of eccentric toymaker Henry Stauff. Ooh, an OWG map.
Yeah. So for those of you who have not played 7th Guest, 7th Guest was a PC game that came out like way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of like, if you've ever played Myst, it's like one of those like point and click discovery puzzle solving games.
Mm-hmm.
It was like set in like a gothic horror sort of things. And it did have like the live acting as this game does. So it was actually, for like its time, like games like 7th Guest and Myst were really like super revolutionary because of like how it had the live action, you know, scenes to it. It had like the super immersive puzzle world. And 7th Guest was a good game. Let me just put it that way. 7th Guest was really good.
Scott liked it.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
Alright.
It was kind of like gothic horror sort of thing, but it wasn't like so bad that I didn't want to play it. But it's super good.
Super good. So we have The Curse of Ilmore Bay, a cartoony platformer gets a Genesis Mega Drive demo. Oh boy. If you don't have an Amstrad but a Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive and wondering when it's your time to shine, then worry not, as thanks to a heads up In our Indie Retro News Facebook group, we've been told Second Dimension R&T LLC has released a new demo for their upcoming action platformer of The Curse of Ilmore Bay, a game which is coming to a Sega Mega Drive Genesis in the near future. The Curse of Ilmore Bay is a new and original 16-bit game heavily inspired by Saturday morning cartoons from the 90s, fueled by their deep love for the Sega Genesis Mega Drive console. A horizontal scrolling action platformer that will take you through 6 different levels each, with its own monsters and bosses, with tons of items to collect and powerful abilities to acquire. So, we have a... Oh, these are just screenshots. I was hoping for a trailer.
Oh, man.
Well, there is a demo there from the second-dimension.com website, if you guys are interested in that. But I'm hoping that they do a physical release. Also, this character looks like one of the kids from Charlie Brown.
Right.
The face down here does not look the same there. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to move on to our next thing, which is Happy Monty. This one looked a bit strange, but I wanted to look at it anyways. Happy Monty, an upcoming CPC Retro Dev game tribute, looks rather good. While many of you are expecting Pinball Dreams CPC to be the game of the year for the Amstrad system, there's another game that I think will be a big hitter this year. That's 8BP's upcoming Amstrad CPC game, Happy Monty. Now, before you get too excited, the game hasn't yet been released, but it has been placed as an entry for the CPC Retro Dev Game Creation Contest 2019, and developed using BASIC with a new trailer below. Ooh. I like me some trailers. Sounds good. Oh, okay. Oh, this is like a puzzle type game? I guess. Holy crap. Yeah, so this is a puzzle type game. I can see this being difficult.
Look at his death scream is Grumph.
Or was that the wolf that got him, or the dog or something?
Oh, I don't know. I just like the fact that he just said Grumph. Doing good,
oh, God.
Yippee.
Frog is going around. It's almost like Frogger, but like reverse Frogger. Oh, wow.
See.
And thank you for the follow, Ryan the Leech. So, as of yet, we don't know the story for Happy Monty, but rest assured, going by the teaser above, it will feature great gameplay, lots of well-themed rooms, plenty of enemies to avoid, and a wicked soundtrack as a tribute to the classic Monty. So, watch this space. So, yeah, I guess we will be seeing more about this once it gets released.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks better than I thought it was. It's obviously a puzzler type game, but it looks like it gets so hard in some spots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now this looked interesting just from this one picture alone. ISS Emergency, a new adventure adaptation for the Commodore 64 and Plus 4. So we've mentioned a number of command text-based adventure games lately. From games such as Venganza and Spooky Adventure to Night Orc and Masquerade. But now another game has appeared which will appeal to gamers who like those sorts of games. As we've been told by a good friend of ours that ISS Emergency has been released for the C64 and Plus 4 as a game written by John Watson and adapted for 8-bit machines by Gareth Pitchford with the DAAD engine converted by SIS. Although I'm not a fan of these games, typing tedious commands such as go northeast, pick up item to continue the quest. You'll be interested to know that ISS Emergency was John Watton's fun little mini text adventure, which was originally coded in Python with a story of destruction as you must save the internal space station from blowing up. Well,
here's a hint. It's probably Metroids.
You mean International Space Station? Oh yeah, International Space Station. Okay.
Yeah.
You might have autocorrected him or something.
It's Metroids.
Metroids. For me, personally, I am a fan of text-based games. I'm a huge nerd. And especially if they incorporate, like, cool, like, pixel art like that, makes it even better. Because then it adds to, like, you know, it kind of gives you a place to go with the atmosphere in your mind of what the game should be like and what different places are like. So when you see something, you're like, okay, so, you know, that's a little bit lit over there. You know, there's a compartment here and a door over there. So when you picture it more in your mind, you can start, like, you know, getting a sense of, you know, it's good for imagination, basically.
It's better for, like, when, like, text adventures are usually pretty good at, like, describing the things around you, but when you have, like, little snippets of pictures and stuff like that, it helps for, like, an immersion.
Exactly.
So that you feel way closer to, like, what you're supposed to be thinking. So, like, even, like, just, like, small little bits, like that picture right there, like, that they have, definitely gives you that feeling of, oh, crap, well, shit's going down, and I need to fix this quick, or, you know, clearly things are going to go bad. So immersion is definitely important for these sort of things, and text-based can sometimes be a little vague, but, like, if you have stuff like that, it makes them, like, feel much more like you feel like you're far more into the adventure than you were without them.
Exactly. And the other thing about these games is that there's usually a point system, meaning that there's a certain, you know, amount of points that's max. So, you know, depending on different things that you do throughout the game, you can gain more points. So that's also kind of a nice thing that they have.
Like a King's Quest sort of thing, where whenever you do certain things, you know, you have a higher score.
Exactly.
The highest possible score means you've done everything you can do in the game.
All right, so, Scott, I think you might enjoy this, maybe.
Ooh, baby.
It's a dungeon crawler. Did you like dungeon crawlers or no?
It depends.
Now, this one looks like it's almost like a Doom-like dungeon crawler, or Wolfenstein. So, the Fire of Ardor quest for the Soulstone. Sword-slashing enemies in this beta dungeon crawler. If you like playing dungeon crawlers that have the gameplay style of Ultimate Underworld without the grid-based movement of a classic EOB, then you might like playing this early work-in-progress game called The Fire of Ardor Quest for the Soulstone. The Fire of Ardor Quest for the Soulstone. There should probably be like a colon there, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe it could be just the actual title, too. Anyways, a game by CPFR that's classed as a single-player dungeon crawler with RPG elements and real-time combat that's available to download as an early beta for Windows and Linux. Ooh, already available for a download, eh? That's pretty cool. In this game, you play as a nameless hero. You know, I know exactly who would love this game. Wolfman would love this game. I don't know if he's still... Oh, DMP. I'm pretty sure he is also a big fan of the dungeon crawlers. Welcome to the stream, sir. In this game, he plays an aimless hero who fights his way through a dungeon in order to acquire the Soul Stone that opens the dimension gate to the realm of the Daemon Lord Ardor. In order to obtain the Soul Stone, you will explore the doomed town, visit its last inhabitant, Randuras, an old wizard, and fight your way through the upper and lower dungeons of the Silver Mountain, using your rusty sword and fireball spells. The game features 4 different world sections, real-time combat with sword and fireball spells, 7 different types of enemies, 3 different NPCs, and finally all made with raycasting, a technique originally used by the first FPS games in the early 90s till hardware-accelerated rendering was introduced. Ooh. Oh yeah, the Indie Retro News. If you're looking for anything that's like Windows, ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, VIC-20, Amstrad, Amiga, these guys cover everything like new coming out for retro stuff. One of the best websites you'll ever go to for this kind of stuff, in my opinion. But yeah, this looks fantastic, cool. And I know that we have, I know a lot of people out there who are dungeon crawler fans, especially this type of stuff, so... Oh boy. And there is an actual, you can go and get it at, okay, cpfr.itch.io.
There you go.
Ooh. Alright. Next up we have Vaporum Lockdown. Prequel announced to an award-winning steampunk dungeon crawler. Oh, we're getting more dungeon crawlers, boys. Oh boy. While many C64 owners are still drooling over the thought of playing Eye of the Beholder on their Commodore 64, other dungeon crawlers with a PC at hand, however, may be interested to know that the award-winning steampunk dungeon crawler Vaporum will be getting a prequel as of next year by Fatbot Games called Vaporum Lockdown, a grid-based crawler in an original steampunk setting and inspired by old school games like Dungeon Master 1 and 2, out of the Beholder series, and the more recent Legend of Grimrock 1 and 2. Oh, I do know that DMP and Blind Man would love this kind of stuff. As noted by the Steam page, Vaporum Lockdown follows the story of Lisa Teller, a scientist who is a part of a mysterious research project in the middle of an ocean. Following disastrous events, she struggles to survive and escape the Tower of Arx Vaporum. You will encounter nasty enemies with unique strengths and attack patterns. To beat them, you will need to employ a broad array of weapons, gadgets, upgrades, and smart tactics, with the game featuring the ability to stop time, puzzles, objectives, exploration loot, and much, much more. Let's watch this trailer, shall we? Fatbot game. Ooh. This is like super detailed, like dungeon crawler. And steampunk, that's interesting too.
You're right. You don't see that. You don't see that very often. Like the only thing I would say would that was like even close to something like this. It's not even a dungeon crawler. It kind of reminds me of BioShock a little bit, which is a good thing because
yeah, really though.
BioShock was a hell of a game.
Well, it was a AAA title as well, so when you're comparing it to a AAA title, then it has some merit.
It says some good things.
Yeah. So let's go to the Steam page as well. It looks like it's no price there yet. Looks like it's going to be released in Q1 of 2020, which I have a feeling is going to be pushed back till about Q2. Just because if they'll follow a lot of what the indie devs have been doing recently, is that they'll push it back because they want to make sure that it's more polished before it gets released.
And like we've always said on this podcast, we're okay with waiting.
Indeed.
Because it always makes your game better.
And we're being told by DMP Design. He is also another indie developer as well, for those who are unaware. He's saying that Vaporum is an excellent game. He actually knows and have talked to the developers for that game before, so that's good to know. That's really good to know. I'm going to add that to my wish list. Done! Alright. Last article we have here from Indie Retro News. This is kind of crazy. Super Mario Bros. And the ZX Spectrum as a demo.
Alright.
Yeah, I know. This is surprising, but
alright.
Let's see. So, Pinball Dreams released in the CPC and Idle Holder coming to the C64. Could things get even crazier? Well, it looks like it just has. Welcome to the Super Mario Bros. 128K demo, a very early yet pretty amazing work in progress port of the classic NES game, which, as of this moment, according to the description below the video, features most of the first 5 of the 8 worlds of the game written for the Cafe 2019 demo party. Granted, it's no full game. There's every chance it may never come to the ZX Spectrum as a fully featured title, even if many in the C64 community was blown away by this particular version of Mario. This version of Super Mario Bros. 128K, however, was developed by Sergei Smirnov, Gauguin, showing off a 50 FPS game engine for the ZX Spectrum 128K, running at 3.5 MHz with software side-scroller and one-frame logic pipeline. Woo! That's a lot of stuff. Alright, let's have a look.
Let's take a look, because
there's actually 18 minutes of this. This is crazy. Alright.
Alright, I'm going on with skepticism goggles on high.
This is not bad. This is actually not terrible. I mean, they factored out little things to make it run a bit faster by not having a timer, not having too many things in the background, because, I mean, it's a ZX Spectrum. You have to realize that as well. It's very limited. To see something run this fast on the ZX Spectrum is pretty good. To see something like Mario running this fast on the ZX Spectrum is fucking amazing right now.
Yeah.
This is... wow. Get the fire from... Gee, I was gonna... what are you doing, man? Yeah, no, this is fantastic.
I would have liked to have been like possibly like a color or sprite swap for when you have firepower, but you know, again, ZX Spectrum.
Exactly, but oh my god, this looks pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really good, way better than what I expected.
Yeah. I mean, don't misunderstand this. This is not Nintendo Super Mario Brothers, but still at the same time, this is actually very impressive.
So the music doesn't stop until you actually go to the World 1-2 screen. Oh! Whoa! Watch the fireballs.
Yeah, they actually have a bounce physics to them.
Yeah! What? Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty fucking cool, man. I like that. That's a cool different feature that they can put that in Mario. Oh shit, that can be terrible though. Jesus. Not getting under gaps. Oh, okay, so this is pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. This is awesome, man.
So it looks like they kind of limited on slide physics.
Yeah. I like that. When he actually jumped on a Goomba, it stays flattened on the screen for a second.
I don't want to see him go down a pipe.
The Piranha Plants, they might not have included that kind of stuff, see? Oh! Okay, like those don't move? Wow. Okay, that's kind of... Again, it is probably a work in progress as well, but still, like, for what they've shown so far, this is great. Jesus. Alright, we're not going to watch 1-3, but still. Oh, actually, you know what I want to see? I want to see 1-4 when you're fighting Bowser. Oh, the fire actually changes color when it spit at you? Oh, okay. Bowser was a bitch. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
What the hell?
Stop tape and press any... Oh, okay. Wow. Alright, so that... Honestly, that looked amazing. For a ZX Spectrum, that looked really, really good.
Yeah, it did. That was very impressive.
Wow. Alright.
I expected a lot less. And
yes. Well, so did I. I was like, okay, it's probably going to run like kind of like slow, like frame-wise. Like you're not going to see as many good frames. But no, that was way better. Like that blew my mind, actually.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, first thing we have here is Legends Flashback Full Games List revealed. So, I don't even know what the hell this is. It looks like it's some type of knockoff system that you can play a bunch of games. Looks like they have Sega controllers, but it looks like you can play Mega Man and Lion King. Was it like is it a Sega thing, maybe? I don't know. Alright, to be a retro gaming fan right now means tons of choices competing for your gaming dollar. One such company, At Games, is launching a new unit that features 100 licensed games. The Legends Flashback 2019 version, as it is referred to by Armchair Arcade, will feature an interesting mix of arcade games and home titles inside the box. What this means for fans is there will surely be something worth your dollars here. Do you prefer overhead scrolling shooters? Check out 1942 or Darwin 4078. While your scrolling shooters with a bit more than gun and dodge, Forgotten Worlds or Commando are for you. Where's the game list?
It doesn't.
Then they don't even include it. Well, I'm going to go over and look at it anyways. 1942. Act Fancer Cybernetic Hyperweapon? Jesus. Aladdin, Artillery Duel, Astrophantasia. Okay, so is there any here that Bad Dudes, Brave Battle Saga, Breakthrough, Burger Time, Chop Lifter, City Connection, Commando, Dig Dug. So it looks like a lot of these are Sega games. Mega Man 1 and 2, that's weird. Ghouls and Ghosts. So they even got, like, did they get the okay from these companies, though? Because they're saying that they're licensed games, but did they get... I don't know. Tetris.
Maybe.
Tetris Plus 2. Astyanax. Yeah, there's a lot of great games there, but yeah, it looks like a lot of it is Sega games mostly, like Genesis. All right, just wanted to bring that up because I seen that there briefly and thought it might be interesting to have a look at. Next up, Iron Commando and Gourmet Warriors planned for vinyl box sets. So, two Pico Interactive Super Nintendo titles are getting the vinyl soundtrack treatment. Both Iron Commando and Gourmet Warriors were formerly unavailable to North American gamers unless you traverse the import markets. Pico Interactive acquired the rights and localized both titles as needed and then proceeded to officially release them. Now in partnership with Space Lab 9, both titles are planned for vinyl soundtrack releases. You can get a copy of the game as well as the soundtrack on vinyl record.
Huh.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
For those of you not familiar with Iron Commando and Gourmet Warriors, they're brawlers in the style of Final Fight or Streets of Rage. Oh, even better. Personally, I'm a fan of this genre, and Iron Commando was a release I was more than slightly ecstatic for. In recent years, the vinyl record has made a comeback, call it nostalgic, call it wanting something a little more than just a digital file. No matter the reason for the resurgence, vinyl records are here and stand out in stores and in collections. Personally, I'd want it for a collection, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, this is... I like it because it looks really good as well. That looks fantastic. Like, that entire box right there. And then you get the game for your SNES. I need some of that.
Yeah.
So, it's not often I can bring you guys, I guess, actual physical... What would you call this shit that I just went over? Like, hardware, I guess? Usually it's just games that I bring you guys, so it's nice to be able to bring you something different for a change.
Something that you can hold in your hand.
Indeed. Alright, so I had to check this out just because it sounded different. Nothing scarier than capitalism, and they came from a communist planet. So we're going to watch the trailer and see what the fuck does that mean. Okay, come on now.
Yeah, Sure.
Hopelessness, I feel, has been consciously... Yeah.
Filling up with smoke, keeping empty space alive. See comfort from the lights above, but no one knows what they've been dreaming. Down here on the ground with
The hell?
Okay. I apologize. Sometimes I bring stuff just because I'm like, I need to know what this is because it just sounds kind of out there. And so then we watch it and then I'm like confirmed.
So, you have to understand something, guys. Not everything's a winner.
Not everything, but again, for all I know, it could be a good game. We just haven't seen enough. That didn't really explain much. So
no, it did not.
And I'm not behind propaganda and politics and all that garbage. I don't even care. But anyways, Destructoid has some interesting news for us. Freedom Planet 2 is looking suitably fuzzy and adorable. For those of you who haven't played the original Freedom Planet, it was a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog in the way it looked and played, and it was a very good game. Mr. Game Hunter 09 over there is a big fan. I've already told him, made him aware of the new game. Let's have a look at the trailer here. Oh, it looks good. Oh, that's like arcade-style pixel art.
Lilac! Carol!
Ooh, it sounds good,
you guys
too.
look awful. Nice to see you, too.
Yeah, sorry it's on such late notice, but could we crash at your place tonight?
The Magister has summoned you all for an audience.
We need capable fighters to counter the attacks and discover their origin.
Magister, we accept your offer.
Whoa!
Looks pretty nice.
The Magister must be desperate if he's taken in strays.
There's been an attack on the museum! The culprits stole Pengu!
Dummy, 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 dummy! You fell for it!
Let me bring you up to speed. The name's Coruscant, captain of the Sigwada and mercenary extraordinaire. In the flesh.
I got her, Captain! This buddy thief is going down!
Let her go. She's off the bandit list. Family discount.
Stupid, dumb, whatever.
Are you a bad enough dude to survive the battlesphere? You are, you'll face me, Captain Kalau!
Please, in the name of justice, help us protect our city.
Very well. I will make time to listen to your intriguing offer.
But first, this calls for a
Guy
race!
reminds me of Tor.
Really? You do know who I am, right?
Our very own Mayor Zhao!
This looks awesome, by the way.
Thank you, everyone! Thank you!
We need you to track down a thief. A large portion of our weapons and steel reserves have mysteriously vanished.
Magister sent me. Well, my nose anyway. Thought you could use a bloodhound on your team.
Detective Mila is on the case, too.
Or two. Whatever. I'll just give him a one-way ticket home, courtesy of the 100-hook punch.
Remnants of the alien attack force haunt us still, striking us at our most vulnerable, leaving us in a perpetual state of turmoil. The world of Avalis needs hope, but more than that, it needs heroes.
Truly? Then why not tell your students what's really going on?
What? No, that's not true!
This looks fantastic.
It does.
Oh man, the pixel art of this is fucking like very, very good.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Alright, so if you played the first Freedom Planet, go check out the trailer for Freedom Planet 2. You will not be disappointed.
I really want to.
Oh.
I don't actually own Freedom Planet. It's on my wish list, I promise you. I just... it's definitely here.
Alright, up next. Oh, here's a cool thing. Alright, so our next segments of news all come from us from IndieGamesPlus.com.
Mm-hmm.
Our first one here is called, it's a Halloween type game, Creepy Brawlers. It's a boxing game for the NES. Alright, so think Punch-Out, but with movie and horror monsters all bent on outboxing you so they can claim your immortal souls. Slightly higher stakes than just losing a belt to Mr. Dream. So, Creepy Brawlers sucks an unsuspecting moviegoer into the silver screen, forcing them into an array of boxing matches against vampires, wolfmen, and backwoods killers. You'll need to duck and weave around their special attacks because they don't seem all concerned with fighting fair. Expect knives, invisible strikes, hammers, and more to get used against you, but you'll still be stuck using your fists. Oh, and there is a trailer. Creepy Brawlers isn't shy about its Punch-Out inspirations, using a similar perspective at the game's puzzle-like boxing matches. Puzzle-like, really?
Yeah, a puzzle-like. I think that's the wrong way to.
I guess to figure out how to get the it's the same thing.
Punch-Out is more about pattern recognition.
Exactly. Still, the added coat of monster paint and the neat abilities that each of these unique creatures has makes for a silly yet challenging horror take on boxing. Also, if you want the experience to feel super authentic, you can get the game on an actual NES cartridge. So you can relive those moments of hucking the card across the room after Super Macho Man thumped you yet again. Alright, let's have a look at this.
Oh, you lost to Super Macho Man, you need to practice.
Oh shit. Oh god, that clown looks terrifying. Oh Jesus! Whoa! She's coming at you with a fucking knife? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, that looks like it would be so difficult. The one vampire dude went invisible. I like how Mrs. just like stops moving and just takes like 4 punches like it's nothing.
Sure. I would have to play it to be a little bit more judgmental, but it's silly, but I believe that the idea about the whole thing is that it's supposed to be silly.
Oh, so, yeah, I would imagine. But it looks like it could be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
So, next up we have something here just for Scott. Ooh,
oh, boy.
It's a shmup. Ghostblade HD helps Gal Pals blast hostile ships. Alright, let's just go right to the trailer, shall we?
Yes, please. Oh, it's a bullet hell.
For Nintendo Switch. Oh,
it's a bullet hell.
Oh.
Oh, look at all them female protagonists.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no, not for me. I would be so sad at this.
Hell yes. Look at all that. Woo!
Of course Scott likes it. Huge boss battles? Okay. Oh, shit! Whoa! Oh, in taint mode? Nice. Taint mode. Local co-op. Fuck that. Skip all the local co-op now.
I know, right?
Yes, if it's on Steam, anyways. Jesus.
Online leaderboards that you'll have absolutely no chance of getting on.
Oh my
god. In the wrong country. I'm just saying. I don't know if you've heard, but the Japanese and Korean shump players are pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Throwing that out there.
Alright, so that looked... Well, for those who like
awesome.
bullet hell games, it looked pretty awesome, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next we have a creepy-looking game. It's called Fidelity, seeks answers in a distorted reality. Oh, there's a trailer, goody. And it's on Vimeo, that's promising.
Boy, that first screenshot there is a little disturbing.
There's a trailer, goody.
Boy, that first... What?
Whoa! The ominous sounds in the background are tripping me the fuck out.
What the fuck?
I'm so scared. No, where's the volume? No. You're gonna scare me. I knows it. Ugh.
What in the world?
Coming soon. Okay, so Fidelity offers many puzzles of increasing difficulty, which isn't exactly surprising. What does add some element of the unexpected is the game's random selection system, which keeps you from getting too comfortable with the puzzles, and ensures you'll always have to search to find the flaw in the world. Huh. So, Fidelity places you inside a loop in time. The things are definitely not alright. Blood keeps appearing all around you. The world is breaking up like an NES game run through a Game Genie. Still, between these shifts in the world, there are some things that remain constant. If you can find those things things that are flaws in your surroundings, you can possibly get out. Or at least get to the other room. Whew. So
yeah, it does...
It seems like it's going to have an interesting story. Why is there blood everywhere? And
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Why does the world look like it's like digitizing around you?
Yeah, really. Your mind's glitching out.
Weird.
Alright. I had to have a look at this because I was just like, what?
Oh boy.
Alright, Dollhouse gives you many fun toys to play with. Dollhouse, much like an actual dollhouse, is an adorable pastel game/toy that you can play around with, containing far more cool stuff than my dollhouse did. I didn't have one. My dollhouse contained Barbie. Oh, this is going to make me sound like I own a dollhouse. My dollhouse contained Barbies, little rugs made out of discarded rags, and lots of accessories, and of course a handful of furniture that didn't open up or work. However, within the game there is so much more going on that's something I could have set up at home. Exploring various rooms, you are presented with loads of different interaction points, throwing pillows into the floors, opening up the fridge, taking the phone out the hook. There are several points that can be clicked to bring them to life, moving them from room to room to explore on their own and be rediscovered. Okay. Finding little mice and clicking them will force them to scurry along to a new room. Clicking on your robot butler will force them to start cleaning. I don't know if this is a game I would enjoy. I don't think so.
I mean, Stefan, I'm just gonna throw out there that it's a game about
dollhouses, so it's probably for females. That's a sexist statement, Scott. God damn it.
Okay, so did you have a dollhouse as a young?
No, but my cousin did, and I bring over my G.I. Joes and Ninja Turtles, and they still wouldn't be as tall as the Barbies, tall enough to do... Never mind. Anyways.
I apologize to anybody I offended, but... Stefan, I just feel that this game might not be for...
No, it definitely isn't. So we'll get into our Trailer Tuesday from Indie Games Plus. Alright, first up we have Felix the Reaper, a romantic comedy about the life of death, brought to you as a 3D shadow manipulation puzzle adventure game of dance, dying people, and dangerous love. Oh. This could be okay. Oh, no. This, I thought it sounded familiar. Scott, we seen this in the queue last week.
Oh, yes, we did.
No, we're done. We also seen Skyrocket in the queue last week, and it was fantastic. It was a shmup breaker that had some other different aspects to it.
Yes.
That was a really cool game. Evergreen Blues is a suite of interactive songs by David Sue and Dominique Starr. Sorry, guys. The Heist. Cyberpunk interactive comic with puzzle elements in which you can influence how the story unfolds and finishes. So that, to me, sounds like a virtual novel. Night Lights. Be a tiny robot beacon of light in a dark and puzzling world. Pierce the darkness and enter night lights. Okay.
Oh, look at all the night lights.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting concept, actually.
Okay, alright. So, what it looks like is that you have to, it's like world manipulation, but the only thing you have to manipulate the world with aren't light.
Is the light. Yeah.
Right. Oh, right.
That's really cool, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then doing different sections let you go and access different parts of the world. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. The soundtrack is pretty nice too. It's very mellow. Huh. Ah, Limbo. Looks like you're tripping balls here. Alright, that looks fairly cool. Thy Sword is a hack and slash platformer with procedural levels and roguelike elements. A world of sword and sorcery awaits, and it's already pixelated on this scene.
Goblins lurking in every dark cave.
Show me more. Oh shit, wait. We've seen this before.
Ghouls and ghosts and creatures of night, haunting your trees.
Definitely.
Away from the
oh, yeah, we have.
Demons and dragons summoned.
Still awesome.
Damn it, so many games.
I know, dude. This is what I'm telling you. Like, it makes you feel like you're doing a disservice then. Like, oh, you didn't even remember my games. Like, I'm sorry. It's literally like 50 games every fucking week.
Yeah, I know.
But at least we recognize it this time instead of like being like, oh wait, now that we watched the entire trailer.
Or do entire articles just to realize that. I almost did an article today where I'm just like, oh, cool, all this stuff is on sale, blah, 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 blah. And I just happened, for some reason, to just read that article. I was like, oh, the sale was up 2 days ago. Never mind.
Ooh. Okay, I skipped this one up here because it's some political thing, American elections, so no, I'm not interested. This one's called Crossroads Inn, and it's... Crossroads Inn is a real-time management sim set in an original fantasy world of Del Chris. Build and manage your tavern, making visiting adventurers happy and make your service famous all over the land. That sounds very interesting. I like the sound of that. I'm also a nerd for medieval stuff, so... Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh. Oh, this is pretty cool. Garlic bread, grilled cheese, hash brown. Oh. And your trade routes and get ingredients in time. Oh my god! This sounds amazing.
I can't wait to try all these amazing dishes like grilled cheese.
I'm so glad I'm off. I'm gonna have to like play some indie games this week. Oh.
What is this amazing food you call? This scrapple? What is this? Did you call this amazing food
Sports on
spam?
Kickstarter. Oh, dude, why didn't you tell me? I could have featured your Kickstarter. Ah!
There you go, Crossroads Inn. Support them on Kickstarter.
Available now on Steam. Let's see, how much is that? Because that sounded $22.79. Came out October 23rd. Wow. Kraken Unleashed.
Well, now you don't have to support them on Kickstarter.
Sexual content. Ooh, I don't know about that. But anyway, Artisan Edition and a Season Pass. I don't know what the fuck that is. Digital Goodies Pack. Either way, that's all sounds awesome. I would like to try that game at some point. Alright, next up we have a game called Neo Cab. Play as Lena, the last human driver for hire, searching for her missing friend in the neon streets of Los Ojos. Or Oyos. I'm not... Ojos? In this interactive story, you'll meet unique passengers during your nightly shifts, each with their own clues and secrets if you can get them to share. I was kind of hoping it was like Crazy Taxi. Wait, no. You've seen this game as well.
Have we?
Yep.
Too many games, man. Too many games.
Alright, next up.
Oh, yep, okay.
Tales from Off-Peak City. I don't know what the hell is going on there. That looks way too trippy for me. Alright, we have one last article here from Indie Games Plus that I wanted to check out. Nuts records squirrel activity in a vibrant world. Nuts is a pretty straightforward game. You're in a surreal green, yellow, and orange world, tracking squirrels to leave a tree at night and move towards a watering hole. That's an easy concept, but if you're like me, you've never tracked an animal before, this is a painstakingly slow task. Set up your 3 cameras, go back to your cabin, go to sleep, wake up, analyze the footage, move the cameras, adjust the angle, go back to your cabin, sleep. This is basically what you're doing throughout the game. There are 6 objects in your cabin, like cans of food, some light cooking supplies, random note papers, and a fax machine and printer. You have a phone that your boss uses to tell you about your mission. This mission is odd. Just watch squirrels. There is always this looming feeling that something else is going to happen. Something else is going to take over and spin the game in a new direction. In my small time with Nuts at EGX 2019, I couldn't shake the feeling that something more was going to happen. I kept setting up my cameras, watching the squirrel, and wondering at what point I'd figure out where it went. Watching the footage back on TV screens the next morning was simple enough, though I did struggle with putting out cameras often. You do have a little mini-map which shows the paths you've walked and the angle you are facing, as well as where the squirrel is coming out from. This helps a lot when it comes to placing the cameras, but maybe it would have made more sense to place the 3 further apart than I did. Despite having some camera issues of my own, I started to really enjoy Nuts. The test started to become fun, even if I couldn't shake the feeling that something else might be going on. It's interesting concept, and I'm kind of interested now if there is something else going on, or if it's just literally just to figure out how to tape them properly.
Right.
I'm not sure. But last part of our podcast, always going to be some Kickstarters. We got 2 this week. Not a ton, but we do have 2. Oh, looks like that one might have crashed. I'll refresh that one. So the first one we have right now is Jazz Lightning Castle Dungeons, a 2D pixel art action platformer game. Right up my alley. Apparently the developers are from Athens, Greece, so that's pretty cool. They're looking for only $3,235. They're only at $810. Oh, looks like it just refreshed. Still at the same thing. 18 days to go. Only have 13 backers, so it's a little trouble.
Hopefully we help you guys.
Indeed. So let's play the trailer. Now, I did watch this trailer earlier, and the only thing I could say that I would have changed the most was the character and their animations. Other than that, I thought the game actually looked pretty solid. Like, the mechanics of the game look like it's really good for, like, difficulty and stuff, so. Ooh, a little dash, though.
Right?
Oh. So yeah, it's literally what it says. It's a 2D pixel art action platformer game. A lot of the game looks like it's fun. It looks a little bit slower than what you probably want it to be, but
yeah.
Like I said, the only thing I would really change about it is, well, I guess the speed and the way the character looks and the animations. It doesn't look fluid enough for it to be like, you know. And again, this person's an indie game developer living in Greece with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. So, you know, maybe it's their first game, and if it is, it looks great so far.
Yeah, so far.
So, I mean, a few minor adjustments, and I think this could be a great game. Now, they're not looking for a ton of money, so it's not like they're looking for you to, like, pay them to live for the year or anything. They're literally looking for enough to do this game. So, I think it was well worth looking at. It looks like it has some fun concepts. It looks like it has some good difficulty to it.
Right. And it looks like it was, like, we're saying, like, what, $7 Canadian, so probably only like $5 American to be able to just to get the game. So, when you're only looking for like $3,000, $5 to get the game itself is actually quite reasonable.
6 unique dungeons on release with around 15 stages each. That's pretty good.
That's pretty big.
That's, yeah. Hardcore mode, just to see how far you can get with one life. Jesus. Yeah, like, see, this little GIF here of him running looks more fluid than what it did in the game.
Oh, okay, so that's seven. It's about $10 US, which is still reasonable for what he just said. It's a pretty big game, so.
Oh yeah, $12 for the game for us. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not terrible.
No, it's not bad at all. So yeah, if you guys think this is a great game and you want to support a new indie developer, by all means go over and look at the Jazz Lightning Kickstarter and support them if you can. Like I said, they're not looking for a terrible amount. So
yeah.
Now up next, we were talking about games of the week. This game looked like a lot of fun, and I know it's going to be strange because this is it's called Petal Crash. It's a brand new chain-building arcade action puzzler for PC and mobile, featuring a colorful cast of characters in a floral fantasy world. They're looking for $11,185. They've already got it locked down at $12,006. 190 backers, 22 days left to go. Coming out of Portland, Oregon, and it looks like this game is pretty good.
Oh boy.
So, we're going to watch the trailer for this one. Looks like this game is pretty good.
Oh boy.
So, we're going to watch the trailer for this
one. Oh, that ain't no game.
Oh, don't
That's
you
somebody's
worry.
behind. Twice.
Ah, why did it stop playing? I'll refresh and play it again. Jesus.
Due to some technical difficulties beyond our control, we're not able to give you this this trailer.
Also, hold on. She hauls out a Game Boy Color. Look at the game, and then it goes, not an actual Game Boy Color game. Don't do that to me. I want it on Game Boy Color now. You guys did that, and now that's all I want is it on Game Boy Color.
Right?
Oh. And the soundtrack is amazing. Soundtrack is really good.
Okay. A lot of
Love
story.
the graphics in this too. Oh,
yeah, it looks very nice. So far, I want to see the puzzle aspect. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, looks like it's
what?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, dude, it's actual puzzle.
Whoa, whoa!
Right? So yeah, looks like it's going to be a pretty good game.
Yo, this looks dope!
They are looking for $12 for the game. $12 will get you a code for your PC and a code for your Android device.
No kidding.
There you go. Scott is excited.
Wow. Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Puzzlers have a tendency same stuff over and over and over again. But that's different. That's for damn sure different. And I really look at what the funding goal is going towards.
Right.
50% of it is for the music.
Yep. Because they know that with the puzzle games, people want a good soundtrack.
How good is that going to sound?
And composed by Michael Staple, who worked on Grapple Force Arena, along with other great indie title game projects. Check out his work here. Alright, let's see what else he's worked on. Oh, okay, it's a SoundCloud. Vertebreaker National Park. Mega Man Battle Network Chrono X compilation. Arrow the Acrobat. Yeah, Jesus. Alright, this guy's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
Pocket Fighter EX.
Ooh.
You right?
Ooh.
Alright, so yeah, obviously this is, if you're into this sort of game, it looks fantastic. It's already funded, so it's already going to happen. So if you're into this, I would suggest you'd fund it now, only for the fact that not only will you get a PC code for $12, but you can also play it on your Android for the same $12.
That's it's like they're asking for $6 for the PC and $6.
Yeah.
For this really, really unique looking puzzle game.
Yep.
That's what I can say. It looks very unique.
Indeed. And that's pretty cool. It's more or less saying that if you're going to be addicted to this game on your PC, then you might as well take it with you on your phone.
All right. I'm digging it. I'm digging the way that this looks.
So, anyways, that is it for this week. That's all I have.
All right.
It was another fantastic podcast. A lot of Halloween
Absolutely.
stuff, as to be expected, but we got to see a lot of great games.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd like to also thank for my articles this week. I'd like to thank VG7 and VG247.com and PCGamer.com for the articles on my section.
Indeed.
I think I want to just say that for our suggested game of the week, I got to go with Akane.
Definitely. I'm definitely going with Akane as well.
Akane definitely looked really good. So a really cool action-looking game or action game, and it's also only $5 American, guys. I mean, come on, you got to go with that. So definitely, game suggestion of the week is Akane. So that will be that'll be it for us. So we have somebody to host this week.
Let's hope so. I'm just refreshing my page now to make sure that I have. I know for sure that I'm actually getting somebody that's online.
All right.
We have a few different people on there right now. You know who I'm going to host up this week? Someone we never get to host up because I never say I'm playing until it's like later in the day or later in the night. So that's Digido22.
Yep, that's who I was going to suggest.
He is playing some Legend of Zelda. It's a secret to everybody. Oh, it's playing some kind of mystery thing? Anyways, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you for everybody who's listening to the podcast. By the way, we've reached over 2,000 views. We're not even up to 20 episodes yet. That means every episode on average is getting more than 100 downloads. And that's just from Shout Engine.
Yeah.
Meaning that we're doing fantastic, and it's all thanks to everyone who helps us with the podcast, who talks about it, who spreads it on Twitter and stuff. So once again, thank you very much for all the help that everyone's been giving us with this, because it's been awesome so far.
Yes, we definitely exceeded all of our expectations. Thank you for you guys been just shouting out for us and just spreading the word and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Like, we never dreamed we would be like as successful as we are doing right now, as quickly as we are right now. And the fact that we are in triple-digit downloads per week is absolutely mind-blowing to us. So thank you, and continue to spread the word for us, and we definitely appreciate every single one of you that listen to us every week.
Indeed. All right, have yourselves a good evening, and we'll see. Well, not next week, because it'll probably be the week after on a Thursday. So
so we will see you in a week and a half. It will be Thursday. It will be Thursday the 14th will be the next live episode. So thank you guys for coming.
Good night.